All right. Hello, everybody. Greg, how are you?
Hey, good. How's everybody doing tonight? How are you, Brian?
Good. So we got another episode of the low carb football party, and I laugh every time now.
You have to think about it now, don't
I
you?
know it. I know it. I started saying, I'm like, why did I say that again? Please don't mess up. But anyway, we got the Tennessee Titans against the Pittsburgh Steelers tonight. Our topic for tonight, let me bring that up. Today's topic, conquering arthritis pain with a low carb diet. So as you're joining in on the chat, say hi, let us know where you're from, and pretty soon we'll get started with our topic and start talking a little bit about the football game coming up and so forth. And then we have a couple of guests that we'll be bringing on tonight as well. All right, let's see, where are we? We've got comments already. Let me start bringing them up.
Hello, Bypass Carnivore. How are you?
All right. Good evening, Bypass Carnivore. We are going live to both Facebook and YouTube tonight. So I think Greg and I both have it on Facebook as well as YouTube. And then we have our guests that are special guests that are going to be on tonight that are streaming live as well. So Bypass is in Ohio. I've heard it's been kind of cold out there. I'll tell you what, it got cold in Virginia. Oh boy. So I was in Myrtle Beach last week and it was really nice and warm. It was like in the low to mid 80s, right? And I get home and the first day it's like 70 and the next day it's like 50 with like a low around 35. I was like, what is going on? So it's been cold the last couple of days, but it's supposed to get back up to the 70s this weekend. So I'm hoping for that.
Definitely a little warmer there. Today it was like 50 here, but it felt really good compared to what we've been having. So
That's good. Nicole's there. What's happening? Hello, Nicole. All right. For those that don't know, I am from Virginia. Of course, I guess I just kind of said that. And Greg is from Iowa. So since we're kind of saying where all we're from and
yeah.
so forth. Let's talk a little bit about this football game real quick here, Greg. It's in Pittsburgh. It's Tennessee Titans, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Tennessee, again, is without their starting quarterback. So they have the rookie, Will Levis, that is supposed to be starting. What's your take on this game?
I think it's going to be a good game. I kind of looked at their records are similar. I think the Steelers have one more win. Since the game is in Pittsburgh, I'm picking the Steelers to win this game. I think it will be a good game, though. I think it'll be like a 24-17 type game. It'll be interesting to see what happens. You just never know sometimes what'll happen. Who knows? Maybe the rookie quarterback for Tennessee that's filling in. Maybe he goes off like he did last week and they pull it out. But I'd like to think the Steelers defense and Watt on defense will win the game for him because he usually does pretty good. So definitely.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with the Steelers too. So I do want Tennessee to do well because my quarterback in my fantasy league is Jared Goff of the Lions, and they're on a bye. So I had to pick somebody up. So I picked up Will Levis, and he's my quarterback this week. I said, hey, he threw 4 touchdowns last week. Let's see what he can do this week. But I think Pittsburgh, like you said, that their defense is pretty good. I think they're going to win this game. All right, Eric's out there. Eric's always there every week for us. Thanks for coming again.
How you doing, Eric? Good to see you.
Jeannie De Janeiro, if I said that correctly.
Hi, Jeannie. Welcome.
Here's talking about the coldness. Bypass says, yeah, I took the dogs for a walk the other evening. Later before bed, I let them out. There was snow all over the place. Snow is gone again, but still chilly. Yeah. Whew, crazy. I was watching was it Tuesday night? I was watching some college football games. There was one that was in Michigan and one that was in Ohio, and they both had snow. So that was pretty crazy to watch.
Looks so far like the weather's going to be clear here for the game, which makes a difference. I don't know if it's real windy or not, but I know in that stadium, they seems like one end they have a hard time making field goals, and it's always been that way. But yeah, I mean, there are people wearing stocking hats, so it must be pretty chilly. I'm guessing. Kickoff's
Yeah,
about 9
uh,
minutes here.
I would definitely imagine that it's pretty cold up in Pittsburgh right now. Especially at night, when it gets darker, this time of year, it always gets colder at night. So,
Yeah, and if you're anywhere near water, it tends to be a little cooler too. I know with the, I think it's, isn't it three? Is it Three Rivers Stadium? Is that what it's called?
yeah,
Or it
is
used to be.
that's the old one. I don't know if that's still what it
Yeah,
may still be Three Rivers. I don't remember.
yeah, they
But
definitely had it around
yeah,
water though. So,
yeah, it is right there by the water. I
yep.
know that. Yep. Yeah, let's see. Eric says he's hungry.
What you gonna eat?
You, you know, I was in the same boat. Like I ate, so I cooked up like 5 or 6 of the little mini breakfast sausages and
Mhm.
5 scrambled eggs, and I had that for dinner, and I was still hungry, so I had 2 Angus beef burger patties as well. So
Oh
I ate
wow.
a ton for dinner. Oh, here we go. They just changed the name. It
Yeah,
used to be Heinz Field. Oh yeah,
yeah,
Heinz Field. I remember
yep.
that. Yeah.
And then yeah, I'm not even sure what it is. I mean, it goes to show they haven't done a very good marketing job if we don't know. None of us know the names. We remember Heinz
Right.
Field, but it seems like the old one was maybe Three Rivers Stadium, I think, too.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. The years when you get old, the years just fly by and you can never remember.
We've
Things
gotten too
change
old.
quick.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about the topic today, conquering arthritis pain with a low carb diet. I know we have a couple guests that are going to be coming on, and we're going to talk to them about that topic as well. Um, but we both experienced, you know, healing, I guess, or I don't know if it's really healing, but at least helping our arthritis pain. So, Greg, why don't you talk a little bit about your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I definitely have experienced, I would say some healing because I had arthritis really bad in my spine, my hips, my knees, my ankles. And, obviously taking off weight helped that situation. But I believe the foods that you eat will affect those things. And if you're eating foods that are not anti-inflammatory, that will make a difference for you. And for me, I mean, it definitely has improved. I think one other thing I will say, I mean, the diet really helped, but I just encourage you if anybody out there is struggling with pain, don't be afraid to go see a physical therapist. I believe that really helped me on this journey, let alone with the things I was eating. But once I went to physical therapy, that kind of changed everything. I mean, I went in there thinking, man, I'm not going to be able to do this. And I'll be darned, they proved me wrong. I was able to do a lot of things and I got stronger. And, my pain continued to decrease. Like I said, I think it was a combination of things. One, the activity, but I obviously the diet I think played a part too. At then I think when I started physical therapy is when I kind of joined on the carnivore. My pain had been getting better, but it even got a little bit better I think on carnivore. But I will say this: I haven't been on carnivore now for a couple of weeks, and my pain is still very minimal. I mean, it's more stiffness than a pain. So I think a combination of things really worked for me. And the one thing I kind of thought of that earlier, I wanted to mention about physical therapy. You do not need a doctor's uh, referral to go to physical therapy. Just keep that in mind. I think I went to Athletico and I think they're all over the place. But they really helped me. And, it doesn't really cost a lot as long as you have insurance. I just know it made a big difference for me. And obviously eating the anti-inflammatory foods makes a big difference. And I know you had a lot of success with that. Didn't you have some toes that had arthritis in them, and now you don't have that problem anymore? It sounded like. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about your situation, Brian?
Yeah, so I definitely had arthritis in my big toes and just joint pain. Like I've had problems. So I played basketball as a kid, like through high school, and I had problems with my ankles. Like, it got to the point like the last year I think that I played, like after every game I could barely walk because my ankles were so sore. So I've always had trouble with my ankles as long as I can remember. I mean, I was like 16, 17 years old back then. Um, but I just have had a lot of joint pain between the ankles, the wrists, elbows even. Like, I'll get like issues with my elbow sometimes and so forth. Haven't had it in a long time now, but I had been getting that, right. My knees, and then of course, the big toes with the arthritis. Um, so I had issues for a long time, and I know, like, they'll say you can, the more that you move around, the better your arthritis will be and so forth, right? But like, I used to work out, and I had to wear all kinds of braces and stuff because I was always sore. So it didn't seem to help me that way. And I think it was really the diet that I was
Mhm.
eating, sugar and seed oils and so forth, like vegetable oils, soybean oil, and all that kind of stuff. And when I stopped doing that, and well, first I went to a low carb, to like keto for a couple months. Didn't really necessarily see a whole lot of difference, but a little bit maybe.
Mhm.
And then shortly after going full carnivore is when I really noticed the difference. So I don't know if it was just that it took a couple months from the beginning,
Mhm.
or if just going carnivore just made the big difference. But shortly after that is when things seemed to get really good for me. Like, I'm at the point now I can work out and I don't wear any type of braces and don't have pain or anything like that. I haven't had any flare ups of my toes or anything for my foot for quite a long time now. So that stuff all seems to be better. Um, what I will say is I can occasionally cause joint pain again, usually by eating something. So that's where I like, um, and really for any low carb diet, but especially for carnivore, it's like the elimination diet, right? But even any low
Mhm.
carb, you're eliminating a lot, and then you can slowly, once you've seen like you don't have the joint pain anymore or the arthritis, you can slowly introduce things and see
Yeah.
what might cause the problem. And that kind of is something I did a little bit with. Like, I found peanut butter causes problems. Like, soon after eating peanut butter, my wrist will start hurting. It'll get sore. Last week when I was in Myrtle Beach, I drank some alcohol the one night, and a day or two later, my wrist was sore. So, there's kind of like the correlation there, and those things happen. And, that again, because you're doing more of like an elimination diet, then when you introduce stuff, you can figure out what's really causing you problems, and then what foods or drink or whatever it is to stay away from. So that's kind of the experiences I've had with it.
You know what? I will say this, when you're talking about braces, when I started my physical therapy, I had a knee brace, and it was the weirdest thing because I'd have to switch from one knee to the other depending on which one was hurting. But by the end of physical therapy, I was not using a brace anymore. And I do think, it's a combination of things. The movement, I think it's important to keep moving your body. And then also the diet, like you said, I think that played a big role in that. And, I got to say, now that it's getting cooler in Iowa, I'm not spending as much time outside. I'm really ready to join the gym and start exercising regularly, lifting up some weights, let alone I need to do that now anyways, after dropping 100 pounds. I think it'll be important to, try to firm up some muscles a little bit, get a little bit stronger. And I will say this, I went trout fishing here a couple weekends ago with my son. First time I had my hip waders on in a long time. I cannot believe how much lighter my legs felt moving in those waders, let alone they were loose. I mean, they weren't, I didn't have a hard time getting them off or whatever, and, but I felt so much better just walking and was able to walk and had no issues. And it's like, man, it's amazing when you don't have all that joint pain, let alone carrying the extra weight. That was a big deal. So, yep.
Hmm. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go through some of the comments here,
Yeah.
get us caught up. So Eric has some leftover pork butt. Sounds like that's what he's going to be eating. I know
Yeah. Nice.
he was saying earlier that he was hungry. So
It's
we were talking
leftover.
about the arthritis
Yeah.
pain, bypass carnivore relief. Joe is there. Joe is here. Hello, Joe. And he says, "Man, I miss peanut butter." Yeah, I really liked peanut butter, and it's funny because back in 2017, I lost a lot of weight, and um, I didn't. I was sort of doing more like low carb, sort of, but um, I it wasn't like something where I was really that smart with what I was doing, and I didn't know like about different foods that can cause different problems. And I used to have peanut butter every day in a shake that I made. And I also had baby spinach, and baby spinach has a lot of oxalates to it, right? Spinach. So I used to have that in a shake every day, and I was always in pain then. I remember like I lost a lot of weight and I was working out all the time, and I looked ridiculous if you saw pictures of me because I had like a wrist brace on both wrists. I had a knee brace, I had at least one knee. Both my ankles were like wrapped up, and it's just like it was crazy. And I've always liked peanut butter, but I've come to find that peanut butter causes me joint pain, so I got to stay away from it. So that's a tough one for
I
me.
hate to say this, but I still can eat peanut butter. I actually had some no sugar added peanut butter the other night. And it didn't bother me or affect me. So I guess I was fortunate in that. But I suppose if I ate it all the time, that'd be a big deal. But so far so good for me. I do like peanut butter for sure.
Yeah. So it looks like we missed the start of the game. It's
Yep.
second down already.
Tennessee kicked off to the Steelers here, and it's second down. Just started. We just basically so.
Okay. So Becky's here. Good evening, Becky. Brad, Thursday night prime time with Brian and Greg. Tear it up, boys.
Yeah, that's right.
Becky just got back from a walk. Surprisingly warm out there after our deep winter weather over the weekend. So that's good because she's on the West Coast, so that means that the warmer weather is coming our way, right?
Yeah,
So it's going to
yeah,
warm up for
exactly.
us.
It is supposed to be pretty nice coming up. I was looking at next week. I think there's only a chance of rain one day, and it looks pretty good.
Good. And you said rain, not snow, so that's good.
Yeah.
So Becky says, I still feel very tight in my hips and back after walk, but no pain while walking. So that's good. It's an improvement for her. Joe can eat 1 kilogram of peanut butter in a day. Now, I'm not sure what 1 kilogram comes out to, but that sounds like it's got to be a lot.
Yeah.
I'm being in the US, we have the what is it, the metric system or the opposite, the imperial. I can't remember. I'm confused right now. But we have the opposite of like the rest of the world,
Right.
right?
Yep.
So like, yeah.
We go by
Uh,
inches. Everyone else goes by centimeters, millimeters. Yeah.
yeah.
Different metric.
When people say kilograms, it like confuses me. So I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
what is?
Yeah. If you're not used to it, it's pretty hard to convert it for sure. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
All right. Let's see. Oh yeah. So Becky was telling us about kickoff. We missed it.
Yeah.
And she says, I know you already saw it probably.
Yeah. We're a little bit ahead of you, I
Well,
guess.
I missed it, but apparently it happened. Oh, what's Brad got? Brad's got a
That's a good
question.
question.
Ooh, TJ or JJ Watt? Wow.
I think for me, I'll go ahead and answer this. I think I'd take TJ because he's injured a lot less. JJ was always hurt. It seemed like,
Mm.
I know in his prime he maybe wasn't as hurt as often, but it seemed like towards the last 5 years he was always hurt. TJ, he got hurt, but he got over it last year and contributed, and that's my pick, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
How about you?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, that you could go either way and you wouldn't really be wrong, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'll go with TJ because you did. But I mean, yeah, you could really go either way. I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy. You look at like, so there's the watts, in the Bosas. You know,
Yep.
like you got like this family thing going on with both of them, and it's getting the same way with the Bosas. Like, I mean, that they're great, you know. So
Diggs are pretty
um,
good too. One plays of course, the one for Dallas got hurt, the defensive back, but
yeah,
they're pretty good athletes too, for sure.
yeah, yeah.
There's more brothers than that, I'm sure, in the league too.
Oh yeah,
You always hear
I
a
know.
lot, a
So,
lot.
so I don't know if they're still in the league, but there was one set of brothers that I think they were both playing for the Seahawks, and they
Yep.
played at Central Florida UCF, and one of them, the one brother didn't, his hand was messed up from birth or whatever,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
it was crazy how well he could play
Hmm.
with, with the way the hand was. And I don't know if they're still playing in the league. Do you know if they're still playing?
I'm not sure if that both of them are now or not.
Yeah, but
I think the
that's
one with
another example of brothers playing in the
yeah,
NFL.
I think the one with no hand. I don't know if he's playing in the league anymore, but I'm not real sure on that. But they're good ball players for sure.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Um, Aaron says I started having some peanut butter recently, but I know it's probably not that great. Yeah, but it does taste good. That's my downfall. It's like, no, I can't have it because every time I have it, my wrist starts hurting. Oh, here we go. Joe
Yep.
says 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds.
Yeah.
Becky said that as well. So there you go.
I think I'm going to
That's
start
a lot.
reporting my weight in kilograms, Brian, because I'll feel like I'm a lot lighter that way.
Yeah,
So it's
that's a
second and
big hit.
15 for the Steelers. They're moving the ball. They're just inside of Tennessee's territory. It looks like they're on about the 40 or so. We'll see if they keep moving down the field.
Hmm. So, all right, you see that replay that they just showed? Does
Yep.
it look like he could have tried better with his putting his hands up in the air? Didn't it look like it almost hit him in the helmet when he jumped up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused by that. He like leaped up in the air, but then he didn't even put his hands up.
Hmm.
Interesting. All right, so anybody has any questions, go ahead and put a Q in front of it. Also, let me go back here. Our topic for tonight is conquering arthritis pain with a low carb diet. So if you'd like to share anything about that with us, go ahead. I know we both kind of shared a little bit about ourselves already.
Make
And in
sure,
a little bit, we will have our first guest coming on, and then they'll get to share their thoughts on it as well.
be
What were you
sure
going to
to.
say, Greg?
You guys gonna say be sure to smash that like button too to help get this out there to the YouTube algorithm. That way, more people get a chance to see it and partake in it. Looks like the Steelers are down to the 10-yard line. I know we're a little ahead of some of the other folks watching this, but it's 1st and 10. Steelers are knocking on the door.
All right. Yes, I forgot to put our little scroll down at the bottom here about thanking you for watching and liking and sharing the
Yeah,
video. And then I've got both of our YouTube channels listed here so that you can follow us if you're not already doing so. Let's see here. So they got what, a 1st and goal? I like that, just inside the 10, I guess, or right at the 10.
yep. And it
Oh
is
boy,
a
that's a touchdown. That's a
touchdown.
touchdown.
They
Yeah.
ran the ball in.
So Brad, I don't know if somebody's there watching with you again, but you can predict the next play.
Yep, place some bets.
All right. Yes.
Hey, I was going
So,
to say something too.
yeah.
If anybody watching tonight, if you want to go to my channel and go to the community tab, I've got a kind of a poll up there on what you'd like to see on my channel. And I'd love it if you could vote on there. I'm just kind of getting an idea what people want to see for content. And if you could go over and vote, that would help me out a lot. just trying to get a better feel for what everybody is looking for. And I, try to bring the content you're looking for. And it's just, I'd like to get a few more votes on there to give me a little better representation on what everybody's looking for. I'd appreciate it.
Yeah. And Greg, you just recently started offering memberships on your channel, right? So why don't you tell us about that?
Yep, I do have memberships available now. What I'll be doing is creating member exclusive content. Actually, I've got one video up there now. It's kind of behind the scenes of what the rest of this room looks like that I'm in, where I'm sitting right now, just to kind of give you an idea, share some behind the scenes footage with you. I will be doing quite a few videos on there, probably tying some of my life coaching stuff that I've done in the past, just a lot of encouragement type of things, just to get some more content. Eventually, I'm going to do some question and answer lives just for members only once I get a few members going. Right now, I have 0 members, so you can become the first member. I will give shout outs in all my videos to anybody that's a member. I'll have a screen with names on it. And I'm starting with just one level right now. I have the bronze level, and I'm going to create more levels as we go. Some of those other levels, I haven't created out the details yet, but I'm looking at t-shirts, maybe some coaching sessions once a month, that type of thing. More value, bring some more things available. But I'm just kind of getting going on that. And of course, I know both of us accept super stickers, super chats, and super thanks, which is awesome. And I know quite a few people have done that, and that's greatly appreciated. So, yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. So Steelers are up 7-0, right? We both kind of picked them before the game started, so our predictions so far are looking well, but it's still very early in the game. It'd be interesting to see how Tennessee looks, as they'll be getting the ball for the first time here.
Yeah.
They're still at commercial, so you know what commercials are. But let's see here.
See, I'm actually drinking a Diet Pepsi, people. Sometimes I do that. I used to drink a pop a day, and I still lost 100 pounds. So don't get me wrong, though. There's stuff in here that probably is not healthy for me. This is kind of my caffeine for the day. Like I said, if you cannot be on this, that's probably a good thing. But if it's something you like to do, and why not? Same thing with coffee. If you enjoy it and it brings you happiness, then why not? As long as it's not affecting your diet plan and your health. Keep that in mind.
Yep.
Water is obviously the best.
So here we go. Tennessee's getting the kickoff here. And
nice return.
With a new drive, this is the perfect time to bring in our first special guest.
Awesome.
All right. So here we go. Adding to the stage. Here is Aaron.
You're muted, Aaron.
Aaron, you are on mute.
There you hear me now?
Yeah.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Hey. I'm good. How are you doing?
Hanging in there. I don't have coffee tonight, believe it or not. I'm drinking water.
There you go.
So I'm trying to be good, right?
All right. And you can see Erin's channel is the Low Carbist. So at Low Carbist, if you want to go check out her channel and subscribe to her. So Erin, we have a topic that I wanted to bring up for you today. Our main topic is conquering arthritis pain with a low carb diet. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and the experiences you've had with this?
Well, I did used to have quite a bit of arthritis pain. Way back when, like before all of like the low carb that I'm doing, I used to have it. And I initially solved that by going gluten-free, but it didn't go away completely. And now this time, up until going low carb this time, I would have it mainly like when I'd wake up in the morning, I would just feel very, very stiff. I would have to walk around the house for, 10, 15 minutes or so until I felt normal again. I get a lot of achiness in my hands, especially like if I was on the phone a lot, stuff like that, texting, whatever. And that pretty much disappeared once I started with the low carb. You know, I
Okay.
get up in the morning and I just feel normal. I mean, at one point in my life, I thought that that was how you were supposed to feel when you woke up in the morning until
Yeah.
you stretched yourself out, you know? But
Yeah.
yeah, so no, I've definitely had improvement in that. And I have a family history of rheumatoid arthritis as well. So I'm very, you
Yeah.
know, cautious when I get those
Yeah.
joint pains and everything. But yeah, definite improvement without a doubt.
Great. That is
Yep.
great. All right. Gonna bring
Hey,
up a couple of
Aaron, I got a
comments here.
question for you.
Yeah.
Aaron, I got a question for you. Is that fire in the background putting off any heat?
You like that?
Yeah.
I said, I'm like, it's like
Yeah.
past Halloween. I'm on my way to Christmas. No, but the vent in my wall over here is because it's cold in New Jersey right now. It was 30 degrees this morning or 31 degrees.
Yeah.
It's
So
cold everywhere.
it's not good. It was like in the 80s or something a week or so ago, I think. And now it's not good.
Yeah. So I was in Myrtle Beach last week. I was in Myrtle Beach last week and it was in the 80s, and my daughter goes to school down there, and this morning she sent a picture of somebody walking. They had a sweatshirt on but shorts, and she's like, look at this idiot with shorts on. It's like 30 degrees out here this morning. I am freezing. She's like, I didn't know it was going to get this cold this fast. I didn't bring my winter coat yet.
Well, that's how the kids around here dress all year long. They have shorts and a hoodie, or no, my daughter never wears a coat. Like they don't know, whatever.
When I was in high school, I lived back in Toledo, and it would get really, really cold, like sometimes down around 0 in the wintertime. And when we went to school, I mean, yeah, we never really wore coats. Sometimes we wore shorts, and people would think that we were crazy. And now I look back at that and I'm like, I don't know how I ever did that, because I go back to Toledo now with a winter coat on and I'm freezing my butt off. So I don't know how I did it when I was a kid. Crazy.
That's funny because I just saw something about that the other day. Do you remember being dressed up on Halloween and not wanting to put on your coat because it would cover your costume?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now like kids don't even need coats. Like it's like warm this time of year. Yeah, I thought that was cute.
Well, it snowed in Toledo on Halloween this year, so that's crazy.
It was really cold in
Cold.
Iowa. They had
Yeah.
some places were volunteering, opening the hotel up for to hand out candy to kids
Oh,
because it
wow.
was so cold.
Mm. Wow. So just a quick update here. It looks like Levis may not be doing too bad so far until that passed. It was horrible. But they got up to the 40-yard line. I think they started at like their own 15-yard line or
Yeah,
something.
it's second and 10 right now. So 8 minutes to go in the first quarter.
So Nicole says hi to Aaron.
Hey.
Okay, we were talking about
Yep.
the guys that play for the Seahawks.
Shaquem.
Yeah, Shaquem
Mhm.
Griffin.
Mhm.
And Shaquille, I think, was the
Yeah.
brother. He retired in 2022 from the NFL. All right, he played 3 seasons. So there you go.
Thanks for the info there. That's great to look that
Yeah.
up. We appreciate it.
Becky swapped weather with us at 62 there.
62? Jeez.
Yep. Oh, here we go. And here goes Shaquille. Yep, Shaquille is the other brother. He now plays for the Texans. Okay.
Awesome update.
They're a football game on. We got to work on you about the football.
I don't know football.
All right. It looks like it's 3rd and 8. So, okay. So, Aaron, so we talked a little bit about the arthritis pain.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us a little more about your YouTube channel? And I know you have a show that you do with other people and so forth. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I haven't actually done any shows on my channel with other people. I have a couple that
Okay.
I'm going on. But I
Okay.
just basically talk about my journey and everything that I've learned being low carb, everything leading up until this point, my weight loss, the strength training that I'm doing, just trying to keep it real and being realistic with what I'm actually eating, stuff like that. Some people don't like that sometimes, I think. But you know, I'm just trying to show people that you can do this. You don't have to be perfect at it. You just have to be consistent over the course of time, and you can meet your goals, whether they be fitness, weight loss, and all of the other benefits that come along with doing this type of thing.
So I like that. You don't have to be perfect. Just
No.
be consistent over
Nope.
time. I really like that.
Yep. So true.
Oh, by the way, I am not drinking regular water today either,
What is that?
which is unusual for me. This is from Costco. It's sparkling orange mango, carbonated flavored water. So it says no sugar, but we know that it probably has something that it shouldn't have. So I'm looking right now.
It looks very bright.
Yeah, it says the ingredients are carbonated water, less than 2% of green tea, some vitamins. I don't know what that is, but a bunch of vitamins. Oh, there we go. Natural flavors and sucralose. So
There
I
you
shouldn't
go.
drink this. I shouldn't drink this. That's horrible for me, but it's one. I don't do it very often. So
Yeah.
it's funny because I do surveys online sometimes, and I did a survey earlier today, and they asked me like what I drink and what I drank like for the past week, and I was like, oh God, this is gonna be so lame. I'm like, water. Okay, what did you eat or what did you drink with your lunch? Water. So, oh well. Okay, let's get back to comments. Let's see. So Joe says, anyone else get freezing cold when fasting?
No.
You know, I haven't done enough fasting to know, I guess. So far I haven't, but now that it's wintertime, maybe, I guess I'll probably be doing some coming up though. So
Huh. Yeah, I don't even think I really get super cold anymore at all. Like it's not an issue unless I'm sick or something. But
just for a quick game update too, Tennessee is on the move. They are inside. Let's see here. And they're inside the 25-yard line. So, and it's second and 11. 7-0 Pittsburgh's up.
All right. So for the fasting thing, I don't know that I necessarily see it from fasting, but since I've lost a decent amount of weight, I notice that I do get cold easier in the winter. That happened a bit last winter, and it's happened so far this winter too. It's funny because like I normally don't even sleep with socks or anything, and last night I was like, you know, I really don't want to wear socks to bed, but I wish I had like those really fuzzy sock thingies because I don't. I just have regular socks, but I'm like, those would be so warm on my feet right now. And my wife was just looking at me like, what is your problem? Like, I'm actually cold. I don't know. So I do get cold now that I have lost weight.
I'm gonna have to make some my weight loss. I was gonna say I'm gonna have to make some my weight loss life fuzzy socks for Brian. Send them to him.
That would be great. All right. So Mike Shaw is here. Says halftime of the Texas Tech game.
Hey, Mike.
So we are his halftime entertainment. So I hope that we are entertaining at least to some effect. I don't know. We might be. So I wonder, Mike, let us know what the score is of the Texas Tech game because I don't have that one on to see what's happening there. Okay, Becky is getting me on the natural flavors already for my drink. Heartburn from some of those, not all of them, but the Diet Coke has it too, I think. Yeah. There's so many drinks and foods that have natural flavors in them, and
everything has
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how they're allowed to call it that. 'Cause if you've ever seen how that stuff is made, it's not really natural at all.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
That's the irony of it, right? Natural flavors.
yeah.
All right. Oh, Becky says being unusually cold can be a sign of hypothyroidism.
Yep.
Yes. Trying to catch up on.
It's a double. Here. Tennessee's running a double pass. Except the guy ran it.
Mm-hmm.
Inside the 10.
So Mike says I need pajamas with the feet in them. So true story here. I've always been kind of a tall kid, whatever. When I was a kid, I was always taller than most of the other kids. And the funny thing is, like, so my friend lived in an apartment complex, and there was like this little cubby hole thing, and like the other kids could get in there, and I couldn't because I was too big. So that was kind of sad. But I used to love the pajamas with the feet in them, the whole onesie things. And I don't know what age I was, but I got to the point that I couldn't wear them anymore because they didn't make them big enough for people as big as I was. But everybody else, like, you go to like little parties as a kid and stuff, where you had like sleepovers or whatever. Everybody else was wearing them, and I couldn't wear them because I was too big. So
I knew that's where you're going
wish,
with that.
yeah, I wish that I could wear pajamas with feet in them, but I can't. So
It's funny.
here we go. Texas Tech has beaten TCU 20-7. Well, I tell you, TCU, they played in a national championship last year. They got destroyed by Georgia. Georgia just crushed them, but they have not been anywhere near that team. And I know they have a new quarterback and everything, but that quarterback just made that team last year.
They lost quite a few seniors, I think, too, though. But I know I watched Iowa State beat up on them in Ames. That was kind of fun.
Oh, here's something else about natural flavors. Like an unretouched photograph. That's not natural. Becky says, my son says you don't want to know what it is. He dumps it in the non-dairy frozen dessert products he makes for so delicious. Interesting.
Don't ask.
Oh my gosh. Now here's a very interesting question.
Who's that question for, Joe?
So Greg, let's start with you on this one.
There's a few, but I'm not going to say names.
Oh. Yeah. So we're not going to let him say my name. So, yeah, I mean, that's a tough question to ask because you're asking us to say something bad about somebody, and we're not those type of people. We don't like to say bad things about people.
Yeah, that's right.
Mike, I don't like myself sometimes.
That's funny, Mike.
Name names. Okay, well, so there's this person named I can't even think of a name. There's a person named Jeff. Yeah, that's it. And you're gonna have to try and figure out who Jeff is. I just made it up, so because he wanted names.
I hope that's not actually a person that we're unaware of.
There might be, and I just made it up, so I'm sorry, Jeff, if I offended you just now.
Not that Jeff, the other one.
Yeah, I was talking about the other Jeff. Oh, Becky says, oh yeah, I have a few of those, but I'm not naming names.
I think in all the communities, there's people that are fake and there's people that are genuine, and you have to figure out who the fake ones are and who the people are that are genuine. I guess that's a good way to put it, right?
Yeah. So Nicole, I hope you don't know who Jeff is, but yeah. Hey, yes, exactly. Jeff or Jeff. Yes. Yes. Renee is here.
Yay.
Hi, Renee.
Hi, Renee. Hi, Gail.
Gail is here. Hello. Apparently, Renee is stalking Nicole, so that's interesting. I was going to put this up here from before.
Yeah.
That's definitely smash the like button, share this on social media, share it with your friends and so forth. That'll help the YouTube algorithm to keep spitting it out to other people that are getting on YouTube right now. Okay.
did we have a score update? Did I miss it? We're at commercial.
They're at a commercial, so it's possible.
Does anybody know? Go ahead and put it in the comments. I missed it. So
No.
I don't know what this. Where is it? The algorithm. I don't know what that means. I know who Al Gore is, or was. Is he? Yeah, he's still alive. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know what that means. I'm sorry, Mike. I don't know what that means. Okay, so I missed this. Let me go back. So Joe says he doesn't like Bart. So and so wait, so Nicole says, "Oh no, Joe, I think Bart is super knowledgeable and funny, but I can see peeps getting turned off from him." Yes, this is exactly what it is. So he on his channel has a certain way of acting on his channel, and so he comes across a certain way for a certain type of people that have become his viewers on his channel. It's funny though, because if you get to know Bart, he's actually not really like that. And that's just a character he is playing on YouTube. And he actually, now it's kind of like, I wish I didn't do that originally when I did it, because it's kind of alienated me from certain people that don't like that type of character. There's a lot of cussing and stuff like that, and so they don't like to watch him. But I got to tell you, Bart is very intelligent, very smart about everything really to do with nutrition and exercise and different things like that. Right? He's very good at that stuff. Yeah, Joe was saying I can't watch more than a minute or two of his videos. Yeah, I mean, again, he's playing a particular character on his YouTube channel, and then he actually has multiple YouTube channels. He has another one that I think is just called Nutrition Science or something like that, or Nutrition Science Watchdog or something, where he's very professional and usually wears like a suit and tie and all that stuff. So he does have some other channels out there too, but his main channel can be for a particular type of person. Gail asks who's playing tonight, and then Becky already replied with the Steelers and the Titans. Here we go. Did you say this and I missed it?
No, I added it because I asked if anybody knew, and then I saw that it was 7-3. Tennessee kicked a field goal.
Okay.
Yep.
So that didn't really help my fantasy here with Levis as my quarterback, the Tennessee quarterback. I need to get some points from him, so he needs to throw some touchdowns.
Well, the Steelers are just punting to Tennessee now, so you'll have your chance.
Okay. We'll see what happens here. Oh, here we go. The algorithms.
That's funny. We didn't even catch that at first.
I know it. That's
I didn't even catch it.
That's how messed up I am. I didn't get it at all.
It went right over my head too, Mike. So.
Oh, yeah. So, just another one here about the score. Yeah, Nicole talking about Bart. Yeah, he's a totally different person in his real life when he's not playing that character. I talked to him a few times before, and yeah, completely different person. So,
hey, I know you're kind of going through soon in the comments, but Aaron, I just wanted to ask you I know you touched on it briefly, what you're doing on your channel, but do you have any special projects coming up or anything that you're looking at doing?
I'm going to be going on a couple times a month with another YouTuber, and we're going to be talking about a lot of women's health issues and stuff like that. Sorry, guys. But there's not a lot of, you see a lot of people doing carnivore and that sort of thing that are men, but not so many that direct it towards women. And women are so different with the diet and everything like that, and having to switch things around, and it doesn't work for everybody. And so there's going to be more of that coming up. I don't want to disclose too much.
Yeah.
But And I think that's going to be on Monday nights, I believe. Yeah.
Nice.
So.
Well, I can vouch for Erin's content. She does a great job, and I try to catch as much as I can. And she's also on Instagram. That's where I first saw you, is on Instagram. Then I went over and followed you on YouTube. So, but
So a lot of
definitely
rambling. whatever I'm thinking. So people, I guess, either love that or hate it, but whatever.
Make sure you go give her a sub, though, for sure, because she does put out great content. And yeah, we want to help her grow her channel and help her be really successful and do a lot of great things. So,
my ticker stopped. There we go.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
I don't know what happened to that. So Mike says, I don't know this controversial person. I'm missing out. So I don't know if he's joking with us or not, but I'm gonna just put it in here just in case. If it'll ever post, there we go. So this is his. You just go to @Bart-K. That's his main YouTube channel. It can be interesting.
I gotta watch him now. I've seen a couple things, but I don't really follow.
I just seen
I mean, he's really intelligent. It's just it's a different type of atmosphere.
I think I've seen the videos you've done with him, Brian, but I haven't checked out all his other stuff. I'll have to do that sometime for sure.
Yeah, when we did videos together, it was all professional. So yeah, it wasn't playing his part or anything. I'm trying to remember. Did he have a suit on? He might have had a suit. No, probably not. I don't know. Does anyone else not particularly like the term carnivore? It's a good question. So Dr. Sean Baker actually coined it, right?
I think so.
Am I
yeah.
right? I think he did. Yeah. So Erin, what were you going to say?
I don't know. I feel that when you're saying, like, let's say you're telling somebody that doesn't know about it, I'm carnivore. I don't know, maybe saying you're meat-based, something like that might be received better. I don't know. That's just a thought. I never say that because I'm not. So, but.
You know, I think back to the Atkins diet, and, you know, I guess I don't know the details. I remember it, but I remember it being meat, eggs, cheese based. It's kind of like the terms change on the diets. To me, they all fall under low carb. You know, it's just you have different levels.
Yeah.
You know, but that's just me. Or some people would say it's all ketogenic diet. You know, but they're all different levels, obviously. But yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I guess, you know, you think of animals, I know they talk about animals being plant, you know, you think of dinosaurs, some would eat plants and some would eat meat, you know. I guess. Yeah. No. Brian, you've been carnivore for a while. What are your thoughts?
So the one bad thing I think with the term carnivore is that there's people out there that as soon as you say it carnivore, they label you differently, right? Where if you just say like this even happens like with a doctor, with certain doctors. Like if you say you eat low carb, or if you just say like I cut out basically all sugar in, you know, vegetable oils, seed oils, stuff like that, it's completely different than saying I'm eating a carnivore diet, because then they're like, wait, what? You're gonna kill yourself. Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
But if you say like I'm not eating any sugar anymore, or any, you know, not drinking sodas, no seed oils, stuff like that, they're like, okay.
Good.
You say low carb, they're like, okay, well maybe that's not necessarily the best, but okay. But then carnivore, it's like, why? You're gonna kill yourself. You're gonna have a heart attack. So there's that I don't like about it. But I mean, otherwise, I guess for me, it's not that big of a deal. But let's see what everybody says in the chat.
Well, talking about the thing with is it Atkins? Atkins.
Atkins.
I can remember being a teenager and my mother trying that, and I thought it was the freaking crazy. Am I allowed to say that? It was the craziest thing I'd ever heard. I'm like, you're eating bacon? Like, because bacon's bad, right? Back then, bacon was
Right.
bad. So how could you eat bacon and all this fat? You're gonna get fat. But she did lose weight on it. I do remember that. Like, she lost quite a bit of weight.
Yeah.
It was before the Atkins bars and all that stuff. It was like real food, you know, but it was just fatty food.
Yeah. So Greg, remind me the next time we have Erin on, we're going to have the Bart K censorship thing on because she's starting to. I'm joking.
I don't know what you can and can't actually say on this. So
I don't know. I mean, we've never made rules, I guess. So if people say too much, we'll just mute them.
Sorry if I offended anybody. There you go.
All right. So let's see what some people say here in the chat about the term carnivore. Mike says he thinks it's great. Gail says, I love being a carnivore. It's a good single word description. Skipping back to this, Mike says, I got the tech game open in another window. I'll keep you all updated if you care or not. So that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I'm a huge college football fan, so I'm good with that.
Brad, if you're still listening, you can give us Minnesota Wild updates too. I'm kind of missing that game. So
Joe says, for me, I kind of imagine animals eating rancid meat and don't really like thinking of myself that way, I guess. So that's what he thinks of with carnivore.
It's kind of like the black crows eating roadkill when you drive by.
That's exactly what that makes me think of.
Mike pictures tackling gazelles. Nicole prefers low carb animal based.
Yeah.
Nicole also says she's going to be on doing a live critique or a live with Bart doing a critique on Anthony Chaffee's debate next week. So that's good. And Gail says she's gonna have to step out before too long. Get her chucks on. Gotta get my chucks on the grill. All right, I gotta catch up. There's a lot of comments going on today. It's hard to keep up. Let's see. All right, I did the animal based one. Oh, Nicole says that those chucks sound yummy. Here we go. Here's another one about carnivore. I prefer carnivore. This is Renee. I prefer carnivore. I like to see people's eyebrows hit their hairline. Yes. Becky, I'm trying to figure out what to eat tonight. Not feeling it. Had a stressful day at work, and I'm still a little amped up in the tummy. Chucks sound great though. I've got a chuck out for tomorrow, so I'm gonna cook them. Okay, Gail says the problem with saying I don't eat sugar is people still assume you eat fruits and vegetables and bread. Yeah, but that's okay. I don't really care what they think. Should I say that or not? But I mean, I don't care if they don't think. I'm okay. I'm getting myself probably in trouble, but I don't care if my doctor, for instance, thinks that I might still eat certain things because that's not really like sugar, even though it is. But that way it's probably better for me because if he looks at like my levels, like right now, like my blood work has been pretty good, and he'll say like, oh, you've been doing really good. You can tell you've been losing a lot of weight. I'm like, yep. I mean, I told him I was going to do low carb diet. I didn't even try and say carnivore. I was just low carb. And he was like, yeah, I don't know that you should do that. You should, he's trying to push the Mediterranean diet. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll look at that. So I haven't really said any more. Yeah. So I just kind of left it like that. And he's like, yeah, well, you've been doing a good job. You lost a lot of weight and your blood work looks great. Yep. Now, the funny thing is, if I then turned around and said, yeah, the funny thing is I'm doing carnivore and that's happened, he'd be like, oh, I bet your blood work's going to change next time or something, I don't know. That's what I fear, at least. So I don't even tell them. I'm fine with them just thinking a certain way, and that's that. So
You're ultimately charged of your health anyways, so they're just kind of a guide to help you if you have questions, you know,
mhm. And that reminds me, my doctor is actually moving, so I have to find a new doctor. I forgot about that.
I have to make some phone calls and ask some hard questions so you can find one that
Well,
works for you.
it's really tough because I looked and like the only person, like there's those sites that you can go to for like
Yeah.
low carb doctors. The closest one is like an hour and a half away. I'm not going to travel an hour and a half to go to a doctor appointment every time. So I'm just going to have to find somebody that's at least
Yeah.
willing to let me be me, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
And then a
Gail
lot of them
says,
don't take insurance either, like they don't work traditionally with insurances and all of that.
mm,
So it's hard.
yeah, yeah.
I was going to
So
say
Gail
mine's a
oh,
Christian
sorry, sorry.
doctor, so it's kind of a private practice. It's not a big hospital or conglomerate. I
Mm,
think that really helped me. So maybe if you can find one of those
Yeah.
little family clinics, you might have more success on
Yeah.
finding the right
They're
doctor.
hard to find. Most of them
Yeah,
are wrapped up with the local hospitals and everything else
yeah,
around here
yeah,
anyway. So,
yeah. Same thing with me. Like where I live, it's too populated of an area, and everything's
mhm,
like connected to
yep.
the same. And it used to be like when we first moved out here, like the hospitals were separate, and now they're all owned by the
Mhm.
same company. All the hospitals around here. So Gail says she just tells people she only eats meat and eggs. Yeah. I wonder how the people would react to that though, because still they're like, what do you mean meat? Like
The
it's
eggs are
funny because I
right?
I I posted some short videos like early on, when I first started doing my YouTube channel, and I used to get comments like, well, what about vegetables? Don't you eat vegetables? It's like, no, I don't. But oh well. Anyway, let's see. Atkins was 30 grams of carbs or less, I think. Just a good low carb plan. It was when the name was brought to start selling products. You got corrected. Yeah, yeah. Oh, here you go. Here's a score update for your Minnesota Wild. The
yeah.
Devils are leading 2-0. Renee says she did great on Atkins until she reintroduced food. That was
There you
me with carnivore last week too. I was doing great until I decided to drink some alcohol and have a couple carbs, and then
Yeah.
my wrist started hurting. So
go.
yeah, but it's good now because I've been without carbs here most of the week. So yeah, it's good. All right. Gail says I don't care what they think unless they're going to serve me food. So there we go. I'm not the only one that said I don't care what they think. Wow, I am way behind, aren't I?
We'll let you get caught up.
Ooh.
Mike says my doctor is low carb, was actually carnivore, but he said it was too hard to stay on it for him. Hmm.
Does he do virtual?
Yeah,
Do virtual from here.
that's really unusual to find a doctor that's doing low carb or even carnivore. So
There was actually
John is here.
one was around
Yes.
here that I
We're
found
good,
online.
John.
And when I called up, I asked if he was still doing the keto and low carb thing. And they're like, no, I'm sorry, he's not. And I don't know if they just said that, if they tell everybody that when you call, you know what I mean? Because maybe they're not allowed to say. I don't know, but I didn't end up making the appointment. So that sucks.
Hmm. Yeah.
Do it again. Sorry.
You didn't say anything bad.
It's okay. Oh, so Tennessee's punting the ball to Pittsburgh, by the way. We're in the second quarter now. Still 7-3 Steelers. So John's out there, Carnivore Backwoods. So hello, John.
Hey, John.
Mike says, I ordered some keto chow to try, and I'm going to pick up some avocados. I guess that will make me ketovore. That will really confuse them. I wonder, like, if somebody asks you like how you eat and you say ketovore, they're probably like,
Huh?
"What is that?" Yeah. I mean, they might know the
I don't
name
even think it's
keto.
a
So they're
real
like, oh,
word,
you're keto? No, ketovore. What does that mean?
right?
So John just had an interview with Dave Mack. Dave Mack is great. I don't know if either of you have interviewed
I know
with
him.
him before, but yeah, he's great. He's actually one of the big influences for me when I first started doing carnivore, like a month or two afterwards, after starting up, I guess. He was starting doing his channel, so I was watching it and was able to relate really well with it and stuff. So I really liked it. All right, what else we got here? Closest low carb doc to me is 3 hours away, and it's just an obesity doc. Yeah, that's
Yep.
tough. That is tough. Renee found a carnivore cardiologist, but no luck with general practitioner.
Wow.
Some comments here about Dave. Dave's cool. I listen to his interviews almost every morning. He does so much interview as listens. Yeah. I like Dave's interviews too. Hey, I'm catching up somewhat. Maybe not. Okay, never mind. So Mike says that he's going to see Renee's cardiologist and she can see his doctor. Oh, here you go, Greg. Power play to start the second for New Jersey. Oh, that's not what you want to hear. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. New Jersey.
Aaron?
I think I know what my husband's doing right now. Mr. Low Carbit said he was going to pop in. He wants to talk football with you guys since I know nothing.
Oh, great.
The more the merrier.
Becky says, me the last 5 years, LL, back and forth, inconsistently low carb, but better than 10 years ago.
Yep.
Texas Tech punt on first possession of the second half. Oh, New Jersey scored on the power play. Sorry, Greg. So that makes it 3-0 now.
Oh, well.
You still got the Vikings. They might catch the Lions. I think they're going to. We'll see what happens. So
Yeah, you never
might be a
know.
rough year for Minnesota. Is wild though. I don't know. I don't know how they're doing. Do you? What their record is or anything? I don't know.
Which team?
The Wild.
They're like 3-4-2, or I don't know, 3-5-2.
Yeah,
Not that great.
not good. But hey, maybe they'll get a good draft pick. Okay. This is what I feel like right now. I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. Renee says that's why I can't do keto. I spent all my time in the kitchen making these elaborate, just like regular food keto hacks. That just made me want the real thing. But like you, I was still way better off. Yeah. So, Greg, I don't think you've had this problem, but there's something about keto that for some people at least, and I think I noticed this, like when you're doing keto, you think like, oh, I can do this and I can do that. And then you kind of carry yourself away a bit too much and you're doing stuff that you probably shouldn't be doing. And next thing you know, you're not probably really keto. What do you think about that? Both of you, actually. You're both low carb, right? So you're both doing keto? Greg, we'll start with
ahead,
you.
Aaron.
Aaron? Okay,
Well,
Aaron.
so in general, yeah, I guess you would say most of the time I'm doing keto technically because I'm 50 or under, and technically I think that fits the definition. I know I've been in ketosis like around them still. But yeah, I never really did like these put 50 ingredients together to make a cake or something like that. Like I always kept it simple with adding like some fruits, some vegetables, stuff like that. Still unprocessed stuff. I don't have the energy. I'm too lazy to do all of this mixing a million ingredient thing. Unless it's like melting some chocolate and throwing some coconut on, that's about all I can do. That's the extent of my keto treats, I don't know. What do you think?
I got to be honest, I can do all that and not have any
Yeah.
problems. So
It's
I
easy.
just had a keto chow cookie earlier. So it was amazing too. It was just like a cookie.
See, but
So,
that's
but
not bad because you already have the mix, right? You don't have to like
yeah,
do all the separate ingredients.
you
So
still had to do a little bit, but I mean,
yeah.
it just, we have all that stuff because, we did keto and we had I don't know, we came up with probably 30 different recipes that we could make. I
Wow.
mean, I made lasagna out of egg wrap or egg
Yeah.
white wraps. So, I don't know. I guess I've been able to do that. I will say this. I did more of it earlier. Now where I do more, I do a meat, it's more meat, eggs. Once in a while I'll have a vegetable like broccoli or a cauliflower. But it's one of those things. If I just try to bring that carb number down if I'm really trying to drop the weight, and that seems to work for me. But one thing I like about keto is, I can enjoy those things that, I don't miss out. I can still have a cookie if I want,
Yeah.
which is, it's not like you're missing out, I guess, or deprived. And I think sometimes, we can do that on some of these really strict diets. You get deprived, and then the next thing you know,
And
you put
you
on
can't
20
do it.
pounds.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
I agree.
so I think it's a little, for me, it's been more sustainable,
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
but everybody's different too. So,
Mm.
I
Yep.
think with some of that stuff too, I feel like, I don't know, there's a lot of those sweeteners and stuff. I'm just not too sure about a lot of that
mhm,
stuff and how it will affect me. So,
right.
that's another reason why I don't really get into making that stuff.
Mm.
But
Yeah. All right. I'm falling way behind on comments. This is great. I can't believe how many comments there are, but this
Thank
is
you,
great.
everybody. It's
Yeah.
awesome. We like interaction. It's
Good
great.
interaction tonight. So
We love.
Nicole says she's going to be live with Dave Mack tomorrow night at 7 p.m. It'll be a live
Nice.
reaction, so that's good. Meeting Wellness is here.
Christy,
Hey,
Hello.
yes. We just had Christy on last week, right? Was it
yeah,
last week?
No,
It
it's
was
been
last week.
for
It
our
was 2
show.
weeks.
Yeah, it's been a
Yeah.
couple weeks, I think.
Was it a couple weeks? Okay, so
Yeah.
I can never remember anymore. Oh, I'm sorry, Greg. Another power play for New Jersey.
What was that? That rookie quarterback just threw a backwards pass to nobody out of bounds as he was getting sacked.
Backwards?
Yeah, he's getting
So
sacked.
fumble, right? So it was like a fumble? Oh, they're showing the replay. Let me see.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's not good. You know what else is weird? Did you see number 88, the tight end? He didn't move for a second after the snap where everybody else moved. He stood there for a second and then he moved. That was weird. So John says Wick, that would be me, needs 97 subscribers.
Yep. If you haven't subscribed to Brian's channel, get your buns over there and subscribe because we've got to get him up to 1,000.
I'm at
wow.
903. So thank you for that, John and Greg. Here's a question for us. Joe asks, anyone take any supplements except electrolytes? If so, what benefits do they give you? So Aaron, we'll start with you.
Well, I do. I take vitamin D3 this time of year because usually I try to get as much sun as I can in the summer, and obviously that's not happening now. So I take that. And I also take like a multivitamin, but I don't take the full serving. Mainly because during my last blood work, my folate was very, very low. And I know they say that's not really an issue for carnivores, but I don't do that. So it's just kind of to make sure, you know.
Okay.
But
How about you, Greg?
That's it.
Sometimes I do the keto chow electrolyte drops in my water. Lately I haven't been doing as much of that, but I haven't. I use it quite regularly. And I do take regular vitamins and stuff as well. I like the vitamin D, vitamin C, just a multivitamin for men. I take that as well. But but I think electrolytes do help, especially if you're new to low carb or keto or carnivore. I think it helps with any of that keto flu. I never really had keto flu, so but I think drinking a lot of water and doing electrolytes will really help with that.
Yeah. And like you said, definitely early on is when you want to be more concerned about the electrolytes and making sure that you're getting your magnesium, potassium, sodium. What's the other one I'm thinking of? Calcium, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah. I do take magnesium vitamin too, or pill. So
so I take magnesium and potassium because I had AFib. So I've been taking that for several years now, I guess. So I've been doing magnesium and potassium, and like Aaron, this time of year I start taking a vitamin D supplement because I'm not getting as much sun. Summer I was out in the sun a lot, and like today I was outside grilling my steak at lunchtime, and I had like this hooded sweatshirt on, and like only a little bit of my face was getting any sun, and I'm like, yeah, this is exactly why I'm taking vitamin D right now, because the sun is better for you than taking the supplement, but it's hard to get it this time of year, especially when you're freezing. So
yeah, just wanted to point it out that Becky gave a super chat there.
Nice.
Thank you, Becky.
Yep. There we go, Steelers. Oh, the Steelers are winning still 7-3. So okay, so Gail, we're going back to the supplements. She says she takes D3, K2, and C for my autoimmune. I'm not sure what NAC is. And nattokinase, is that how you say that? Nattokinase? For my long COVID and binders for my, do you say that CIRS? CIRS? I know she's talked about that before. I'm sorry, I don't know all the, this is why I'm not a doctor. I don't know all the lingo. I don't know what CIRS actually stands for. It's, what is it? I forget. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't. But those are the supplements. Oh, Becky.
Yeah, Becky gave another one. Thank you, Becky. We love you too.
Yes. And I know this is way late because I'm so far behind, but Carnivore Scott is here.
Hey, Scott. Scotty, how you doing? Good to see you.
I just got through everything I starred, and now when I go back in, there's 32 new messages, so I got to see which ones I want to pull from there.
I think all these comments are because Aaron's here.
So. I don't see these. Where are all these comments?
Oh my God.
No, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight and commenting. We like it when people are interactive, and it makes for a great show. So thank you. We appreciate you.
Okay, the Devils did not score on that last power play.
Well, that's good.
Carnivore Scott, I've been busier than a one-armed paper hanger. One-armed paper hanger. I will be back on the live circuit next week. Good.
He's been busy building that fireplace. Scott, you did a great job on that outdoor fireplace, and it looks like very inviting. That's for sure. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you go over to his channel and check it out. I know he's done some shorts and shows you what he's been working on. So.
Okay, so Tennessee looks like they have a 3rd and goal at the Pittsburgh 2-yard line. Just a quick update there.
7 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Okay, Mike says touchdown TCU awaiting the extra point. Assuming it'll be good, it'll be 20-14 Texas Tech. Gail, now granted this was like, I don't know, 10 minutes ago, but she was taking the chuck steaks out of the sous vide now and letting them rest before going on the grill. Mike says that's fancy.
Steak does sound good. I think I'm going to take some out of the freezer for tomorrow night.
I eat steak almost every day. So. Nicole says she had to go to bed.
Wow, that's early.
No, she always goes to bed so early. Well, thanks for joining while you
Yeah,
can,
thanks,
Nicole.
Nicole.
Bye, Nicole.
Um, okay, this could have been anything that I said, but Kirsty says that I said so close, Wick. I have no idea what I did there, but probably almost everything I've said tonight. So I think I ate too much food, too much beef and eggs and stuff for dinner, so I'm like in a weird mood tonight. I probably shouldn't be hosting, but oh well, I am. Everybody's saying goodnight to Nicole. Carnivore Scott, I supplement with stearic acid. Did I say that right? Stearic?
I'm not even sure. I'm not familiar with that at all. Is it?
He supplemented with calzone this evening.
That's funny.
Yes. Oh, what else we got here? I am way behind.
Pay for
now.
it.
Yes. Oh, here we go. Chronic inflammatory response syndrome. That's what CIRS or CIRS stands for. There you go. Becky, I take a vitamin D, K2, zinc supplement, iodine, and element or keto chow, electrolytes, or magnesium. Iodine is another one that a lot of people will do. Dr. Ken Berry has some videos about iodine and how important it is. I'm not sure if, like, he's asking me, are you on StreamYard? You can see the comments there and set up on your channel feed. I think she's talking to me. Yeah, it's just that I'm so far behind. So what I did is, well, I think while Greg was talking, answering one of the questions, I started a bunch of things and I went in to just start so I could go one by one through them. And then when I went back to live, there was like 32 new comments. So I was like, whoa.
Hi, Ellie. I just wanted to give you a shout out. I know working down towards you. Welcome to the show.
Renee is picking up 800 pounds of beef tomorrow.
Oh,
wow.
That would be a good workout too.
Sounds like some good eats.
Oh, here we go. Here, Ellie, you were just talking about?
Yeah.
There you go. Hi, Ellie.
I'm just trying to help you out. Get him a little bit.
Oh, here we go. She was talking about so close. That was so close to 1,000 subs. I wasn't making fun of you, but I can if you want. You might as well make fun of me. So I made fun of myself, I think, already. So Ellie asked what's going on. I don't know. We're just whatever happens tonight. This has been like a.
I'll give a scoring update. It is
there we go.
Tennessee's kicking off, so it's 10-7. Tennessee's over the Steelers with 6:35 left in the second quarter. So I'm assuming
Do we know how they scored?
They must have scored a touchdown because I think it was 7-3 before. So
yeah, but we don't know how they scored. See, I'm hoping the quarterback threw a pass because again, I got him in my fantasy league this week.
Yeah, he's been getting some yards. I know
that. So Becky says Scott inspired me to buy some cocoa butter for the stearic acid. It's coming tomorrow. Oops, we'll go up one. And I do drops of iodine in my coffee. Forgot about that.
You know, they say that everybody's low on iodine. I haven't bought any, but I know they say that's one. It's not going to hurt you to take some of it, because your body needs it.
So Ellie's asking about the topic for tonight. Our topic is conquering arthritis pain with a low carb diet. And we all talked a bit about how we've helped or reduced our arthritis with that. Oh no, I lost my spot. Oh. Wait, here we go. Okay, the topic. Yes. So yeah, we all talked a little bit about that. And Ellie, if you have um, anything that you'd like to share as well in the comments about how you maybe helped arthritis if you had arthritis, I don't know if you did. Go ahead and share that, and we'll share that with everyone as well. Yeah, let me catch up again because I'm still way behind. Oh no.
It's all right.
A lot of people saying hi. Hi to
Yep.
Ellie. Hi to Renee. Carnivore Scott has worked out a deal. I'm not sure what the deal is. Whatever. Let's go Oilers. The old Houston Oilers.
Yeah, they wore that uniform the other day, last weekend.
Did they?
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid and Warren Moon was their quarterback. You remember him?
Yep.
We know that Aaron doesn't, but that's okay.
Who?
Becky says Dr. Elizabeth Bright definitely encourages iodine supplement.
Mm-hmm.
Carver Scott says he's going to buy a calf for 500, pay 200 for it to be raised and fed, and then I'll have it processed for 500.
Nice. That is a pretty good deal.
Have either of you bought a portion of a cow ever?
I have in the past.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And they give you everything, right?
Yeah, you can kind of request, what you want. I mean, you get a little of everything, but you can get more burger if you want, or a lot of times they say, "Oh, make burger patties," and then you can always use it as ground beef. But yeah, it was nice as long you just got to make sure you have the freezer space
Yeah,
for it.
Freezer, yeah.
Yeah, because we had a quarter and it was still a lot.
Yeah, that's what I hear
for sure. But this has been a few years ago, though. I mean, is a lot less expensive then than it is now. But yeah, it's if you got the freezer space, so it's kind of nice because you get a little variety for sure.
Did you find that you used all of it, or?
Yeah, we ended up using all of it, so it was nice because it's like, I feel like steaks tonight. The steaks go pretty fast, it seems like, but
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have the freezer space, so I've never gotten one.
The Steelers are going right down the field. They're inside the 20 of Tennessee too. So,
oh, oops, I missed this one. $1,200 for 802 pounds. You'll need to raise your own calf.
Yeah.
Becky says, let's talk about the best ways to floss on a meat-based diet. That's funny because I mean, I have to have dental floss all the time, especially if I eat chicken. I don't know what the difference is, but especially with chicken, it doesn't happen as much with steak. Sometimes it does, but especially chicken for some reason gets stuck in my teeth and I have to use dental floss. How about you two? Aaron, if you had experienced issues?
I don't know why. It just, the meat just gets all stuck up in there. And then if you don't get it out, it's not a good thing. So, yeah.
I'm glad I have a water pick. Those work really well.
Oh, yeah.
It gets a lot
as long as you're not spraying the whole bathroom. Like, your kids get a hold of it or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Christy started on iodine about 5 days ago.
Did you notice any differences? Just curious. Let's see.
Mike's going to get a cow and raise it in his bathroom.
Interesting.
Carnivore Scott says $1,200 for a whole beef, say 600, 750 pounds, $2 a pound or less.
That's a lot of cow.
Yeah. I think it's more expensive than that where I live, though. Becky says the arthritis in my shoulder does not hurt anymore. So that's good. Chrissy says, I had what I think was the beginning of arthritis in my right hand because it used to ache every day. Now I don't notice my right hand in a negative way at all.
Yeah.
And Ellie, I have not had any arthritis, but I have noticed less knee pain.
Wow, it's crazy how many comments there is. It's I love it though. I mean,
I know.
you can't even get caught up. Some good
I know.
peeps in
I'm
here
skipping over
tonight.
some just to get back to some comments here. Touchdown TCU. Assuming the extra point is good, it'll be 21-20 now TCU. Uh-oh. I don't know who Billy White Shoes Johnson is. I don't even know what that comment came from, but oh well. What's the weird names at the time? Anyone ever bought from a 4-H auction? I think that's where we got work back in the day. Aaron, have you done that before? No?
No, I'm just thinking of the animals at like the 4-H fairs, and is that what they're bring up and selling? It's the first thing that comes to mind is the pigs that they're judging and all of that stuff.
That's funny.
What about you, Greg?
No, I never did that.
Okay.
Here, I grew up on an acreage. We didn't have a farm though. So my dad was a farmer though back in the day.
All right. Let's see. Mike says the Oilers ran the run and shoot. Yep. Same offense we ran in high school. I went to Mouse Davis's football camp back in the day. I remember the run and shoot. The Detroit Lions were doing the run and shoot offense when they had Barry Sanders at running back. I remember that. Mike has a cow tongue in the freezer. Ellie says, yes, I had dislocation and torn some stuff in there. I think my knee healed much faster since I was on Carnivore the whole time. Good. Renee, I got the tongue last time we processed, but when I thawed it out, I just couldn't. The dog loved it though. There you go.
I've never tried it. I remember as a kid, we'd go to the butcher and they'd have it in the case, and me and my brother would just laugh at it and say, you know, what's that? That's gross. But I've never had it. And I know I still see it in the store. You can get it at Walmart. I know they sell it. It's like, I don't know what it tastes like, but I don't think I'll ever find out.
No, I remember seeing it in the grocery store and like, oh, it doesn't look too appetizing.
I think the one that cracks me up the most now is when you see chicken feet. Oh, I'm like, who eats this?
Yeah, and
who eats that?
Oh wait, somebody just did a video. Was that Elia?
Yes,
did a video on that.
I didn't see the video, but I saw it. Just saw it.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch it either.
Yeah,
I just can't imagine there being any kind of meat on there whatsoever.
And people give them to like their dogs and stuff too. I've seen that a lot. I don't even know how that would be safe, but
I don't know.
Hey, we'll see you, John. Thanks for coming in.
Bye.
Yep, John hit the run. Here we go. Finding a cow or a portion is something I am interested in. I need people to split it with me. I was in 4-H for rabbits. We raised and ate them pretty good. I put down a deposit for a half. I'm sharing it with my brother and mom. The branch will find someone for the other half. Yeah, I mean, a lot of places you can go as little as a quarter.
Farmers do that.
I think I've seen some that'll do like an eighth of the cow too. I'm telling you. You never know what you're going to get when I'm hosting. The funny thing is, when I just caught it, I hit the button and turned it off for a second so I had to turn it back on. Oh my gosh.
You're gonna have to get one like mine that has a heavy base and it's attached. Man, you can't even see it on the camera.
I need to get one of those things that just kind of hangs it,
Boom.
and then it's not like sitting right here. But Ellie will need a bigger fridge if she buys half a cow. Yep. I made bone broth with chicken feet. So much gelatin. So Carnivore Scott's got to go. Have a great night.
We'll see you, Scotty. Take care, buddy.
A guy my grandson works with is from Jamaica, and he wanted us to keep the stomach for him.
Oh,
I don't know what that was.
No.
Too.
That sounds kind of like a person would have stomach problems or something like that.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Everybody's saying
I call it a dad joke.
Carnivore Scott had to go. Everybody's saying about it too. All right. So it's time for our next guest too. Are we ready? You ready, Greg?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, here we go. Let's bring in our next guest and see who it is. There you go. It's Adam, Carnivore today.
How you guys doing?
How you doing, Adam?
Doing fantastic. You guys?
I'm great.
Rock and roll. I love it. Who do you got to win tonight?
Oh, I was going with the Steelers, but
Steelers.
So I said the Steelers were going to win, but I was hoping the Titans would win because I have the Titans quarterback this week in my fantasy team, so I'm hoping he throws some touchdowns.
There you go. In these parts where I live, they call the Steelers the Squealers. Yeah, I'm pretty close to the Bengals play area, so yeah, not big fans of the Steelers.
Yeah, that's a big rivalry, kind of, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've actually had a couple of those guys almost land on top of me in the end zone celebrating touchdowns and stuff. So
yeah,
I kind of have a personal thing against them too.
That's got to be kind of neat to be able to take pictures of games like that, though. You're right in on the action. That's awesome.
Yeah. It was for a while. Now it's just another thing, you know. So
you know what? There we go. So now we can see Adam's at Carnivore today. I also have it in the scrolling thing at Carnivore today. So if you aren't familiar with Adam, go check out his channel. He puts out a lot of great content, does interviews and so forth. And he's also on the Keto Cookout every week. He's one of the co-hosts of that. So you should check that out. That's on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. Is that correct? 9 p.m.?
Yep. I just kind of set it up and it's Russ's show. So
yep.
I
so there are a lot of people
do the glove questions. That's it. That's all I do.
Hey, we do have a game update here. It is 10-10 now. The Steelers kicked a field goal, so we're tied up.
All right, there you go. So there's a lot of people saying hi to Adam in the chat here. So Becky
howdy, everybody.
Hi. Renee says hi.
Hi, Renee. How's it going?
Ellie,
how's it going?
Cool. Oh, here you go, Greg. The Minnesota Wild scored. They're still losing 3-1 to New Jersey. I'm not sure what happened here, but Becky's telling Adam to bite his tongue. I missed that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's
going on. The Squealers. There we go.
Squealers
fan. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I kind of took her for a Steelers fan. Yeah. That's how a Steelers fan would talk, I think.
So, Adam, let's do this. Let me bring up our topic. Conquering arthritis pain with a low-carb diet.
Rock and roll.
Yeah. So I know that you have some experience with this, so why don't you share your experiences with us?
My experience with arthritis pain, I had osteoarthritis, actually clinically diagnosed osteoarthritis, and it was essentially arthritis everywhere in my body. And I started the carnivore diet to heal an autoimmune condition called vitiligo, which is a condition where your skin does not produce melanin in certain spots. It's not painful or anything like that. It's just kind of like a vanity thing, I guess, if you consider it an issue. So I started for that, and within, I'd say, I can't even remember now. It was a very short period of time. Within maybe a week to 2 weeks, the arthritis pain was completely gone on a carnivore diet. So it hasn't come back since, and the only time it hints at coming back is when I maybe go off plan a little bit and eat a couple rolls at Texas Roadhouse. So yeah, I can definitely feel the arthritis pain come back when I eat plants, and so I stay away from them as much as I can.
Okay. I was just talking about with peanut butter that, and it would be the same way with peanuts, but obviously because peanut butter is made with peanuts. I don't know why I said that, but anyway, yeah. So I have the same problem. If I eat peanut butter, one of the first things I notice is pain in my wrist. Getting some of the joint pain back. So
wow, yeah, that's a plant. So
yeah,
and peanuts are what the embryo of a plant. So you're eating the most protected part, the seed. So
yeah. All right, so let me see here. I'm gonna drop that.
If I ate peanut butter again, I'd probably be 100 pounds heavier again. Peanut butter for me is that's my crack, man. That's my thing was nutty bars. Like I could literally sit down and eat a case of nutty bars in one sitting. Like they give you 2 bars in one bag. That's like a portion of a serving for me.
Hey, just wanted to give a quick game update. There's 34 seconds left in the half, and they're on the 20. The Tennessee's on the 20-yard line of the Steelers. So it is 10-10. So chances are they're going to come away with some points here right before the half.
Watch out, Becky. Watch out. They're coming.
It's time for Levis to throw a touchdown pass, I think. Get me some fantasy points.
There you go. Nice.
So Gail was just saying that she jogged to her mailbox and back. First jog she's done since having COVID in October 2022.
Nice.
So great job.
Great job, Gail.
And we're going back to rabbit. There's been a lot of talk about rabbit tonight. Renee says one of her favorite meals right now is rabbit. Smoked sausage. Or is that? Yeah, it's got to be smoked sausage. And shrimp cooked down in bacon grease and butter. I haven't thought about cooking shrimp and bacon grease.
Yeah, that sounds really good though.
Yeah, it does. Interesting.
Yeah.
So Texas Tech got an interception, still down 21-20 to TCU.
Wow.
The game's close.
Yeah. Almost as close as this NFL.
Oh, in the UK. Dang it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe says the government gave everyone $500 this week in the UK. Don't you wish that the US would do that?
Yeah.
I am now considering if I should buy my girl a bunch of Belgian chocolate or buy myself a new barbell set. What would you guys do? So, Adam, what would you do?
Maybe 90% chocolate, 10% barbells.
Karen, what would you do?
You got to keep your other half happy.
I would definitely buy the barbells.
Greg, what would you do?
He doesn't need that stuff.
Buy some lighter weights because they're a little bit cheaper, and then buy some chocolate to keep the lady happy.
Yeah, there you go.
So I'm going to change it up, and I would just go and buy some ribeye steaks.
That wasn't an option.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm being defiant tonight. Oh,
Maybe that's why you don't get a $500 check.
Yeah, probably. So Gail says peanuts are high in oxalate. Yep, I've heard about that before. Oh, here we go. Touchdown, Texas Tech, 6 seconds in the third. Went for
Oh,
two and
wow.
got it. Texas Tech leads 28-21.
I do
And
have, I was gonna say I got a
you
game
got an
update
update?
too.
There you
Yeah,
go. Give us the update.
Tennessee just kicked a field goal with no time left in the first half, so it's 13-10. The Tennessee Titans are beating
Go
the
Titans.
Steelers.
That was for Becky.
All right. So we have a question here for you, Adam.
Uh-oh.
So Ellie asks, Adam, what was the feeling of meeting Carrie the first time? So give a little backstory here. Adam has been doing a lot of work with Carrie from Homestead How. Carrie, of course, is working on the carnivore diet documentary movie, whatever you want to call it. And Adam has been working with him a lot on that. So that's the backstory, I guess. And Adam, what was the feeling of meeting Carrie the first time?
It was, I would say exciting, but the exciting really happened, early on, just getting to meet him online. And we just had so many conversations prior to us meeting in person. It was just like we hooked up and said hi, and it was like a formality, really. It was already like we were brothers, and we already knew each other at that point, and we got to work on recording footage almost immediately. So yeah, it was
Cool.
in person. He is definitely the exact same person that you see online. So he's there's no hiding personalities. There's no personality disorder, bipolar disorder, anything like that. He's true to character as he is on his videos, and he's a really great guy.
Okay. Getting caught up here on some other comments. Let's see what we got here. I still have some. I can't pronounce that. Greg, you want to take this question for us?
Vitiligo.
What is it? Vitiligo?
Vitiligo, that's the autoimmune condition.
Vitiligo. Okay.
Maybe if I got off plants altogether, it would get better, but I was so shocked when a wisdom spot, not sure what that is, went away from a few days ago.
I think she just had
Is that like an age spot?
Yeah, I think she had a mark like up here on her face that just went away. If I remember right.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had the vitiligo has actually been reversing for me. So it's like super slow. And, I think those Texas Roadhouse rolls every 2 months solve the reversal. So I need to stop doing that. And I really want to go lion diet and get rid of the eggs and see if it really helps out with that condition. But yeah, I'm actually seeing a reversal, and modern science and the medical world, medical establishment says that it's not possible. So take that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I heard about AFib too. Like, it's just going to keep getting worse. But now that I'm doing low carb, I don't have any episodes anymore. It's been like 15 months now.
That's awesome, man.
Thanks. So we were talking about peanuts earlier and peanut butter. Gail says she loves paydays. Paydays and peanut M&Ms. She's in trouble.
Uh-oh.
Eric says nutty bars are an entire food group.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I got to stay away from that.
I think we have a question here for Aaron. Have others noticed how much healthier you, I don't know what LIGR is, I'm sorry. How much healthier you've become and are shocked to find out how meat heavy and low carb you are?
Okay, so here's the thing. People have definitely said to me, like, wow, you lost a lot of weight, or you look great, or this, that, or the other thing. I don't really tell people what I'm doing. I think the extent of it, I might say I'm gluten-free and low carb, but I really don't get into that. Most of my family doesn't even know that I am doing this. I just find it easier that way.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they definitely notice that there's a difference in me for sure. But yeah, no. If someone asks, I'd probably get into it, but I don't feel there's a need to just throw all that information out there because I know that the reactions are going to be interesting.
That's part of the fun.
So, yeah, I guess.
So Adam, have you had anybody that has noticed the difference in you and has been shocked that you're doing it by eating carnivore?
Oh yeah, for sure. I've had a few people reach out to me randomly on Facebook that I had no idea they were paying attention to any of my posts or anything like that, and they're like, one girl I went to school with, I'm almost 50 now, so I said girl because I remember her from high school, right? So, but she reached out and she was in desperate need. They were getting ready to remove her colon, and she was in a hospital for an extended stay. I had no idea that any of this was going on. She just sent me this desperate message, like, help me. And I'm thinking, well, how in the world, why are you even asking me? Like, I've never said anything about bowel health or anything like that. But just the other stuff that I posted, with where it's improved my health and stuff like that, she just had to reach out. So I've helped her with that. My two sons one is mainly carnivore and the other one's working that direction. But there's been quite a few people that have thought, damn, what have you been doing, that I haven't seen in a while. And of course I'm going to tell them, hey, I eat only meat. I'm one of them crazy people. And I'm going to see what their reaction is when I say it and just get it out there, like it is what it is. I eat only meat and, it could help you if you wanted to go down this path, and I'm here to talk. So whatever. If you don't like it, see you later.
So Greg, same question for you then. I mean, you've lost over 100 pounds, right? And you lost it in a short time period, really.
Yeah.
And I've seen the before and after pictures for you. It's incredible. So
thank you.
Have people noticed, and then you tell them how you've done it and being like, really? Like, I mean, most of yours has been low carb. There's been a little bit of flirting with carnivore, but it's been mostly low carb. So you still have some carbs in there, but still, as soon as you start talking that way and say that you're eating a lot of meat, people start looking at you funny. So have you had those kind of comments too?
I got to be honest, I was just in the store the other night and ran into a couple of people I know. And I think a lot of times they just assume, are you low carb? Or, they kind of assume that. I guess I have not had any where they're just totally surprised. I said, oh yeah, I do keto. I do carnivore. I do low carb. It's one of those things that I haven't had people saying, well, what's that? Or, there hasn't been a lot of questions. I think for me, it's been, man, you look great. Especially after dropping 100 pounds, you look a lot different when you lose that kind of weight. And I think for me, people started noticing it when I was probably 50 pounds down. It took 40 to 50 pounds for people to really start noticing it. At first you'd notice it in the face, but now I go places and, I run into people and biggest thing is you can tell by the look on their face. It's like, you lost weight. And a lot of times I just bring it up. It's like, yeah, I've lost 100 pounds. Cause that way they feel comfortable talking about it. Otherwise they don't know, is he not healthy? Is he sick? Is there problems? So I just bring it up because I can tell just by the look on their face that they're intrigued by what's going on. But no, it's been all positive for me, I must say. And I think, part of it is the proof is in the pudding. It's like I lost weight, so it's hard for people to question it when I've changed my appearance that much. So it's been positive for me, though, I must say. But, I think it's good to be honest with people and tell them what you're doing. And, they'll ask more questions if they're really interested. Other than that, they, a lot of them just kind of want to know, oh, what are you doing? Oh, okay. You can keep it kind of simple. And, they'll, like I said, if they're interested, they'll ask more. Or, I've had you know, when I had my article out in Newsweek, I was getting random emails, messages on Facebook. You know, people wanted to be my friend and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, it's been all positive, though. So can't complain.
That's
Good.
awesome.
So, Adam, what was it again that you said that around where you live, what they call the Steelers?
The squealers.
The Squealers. So, Becky says Adam is officially on that list of carnivores. Like, oh, like, I don't know if you, I don't know if you got to hear that part. There was a question asked earlier. Which carnivores do you not like? So that's where that one
There you
came
go.
from. So you're on her list, Adam. I'm sorry.
Awesome. At least I'm on a list. I'm honored.
So Ron is here, and he says 2 TTs playing 2 different games: the Tennessee Titans and the Texas Tech. Yeah, Texas Tech Red Raiders. Yeah. So Texas Tech. Yep, 2 TTs.
Awesome. I won't read into that.
And I wonder if anybody here drinks tea. Do you drink tea? Anyone? No.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So we're just 2 T's. That's it. Okay. Becky says good catch. Weird that peanuts are a bean.
Hi, Cindy.
Cindy is here.
How are you
Hello.
tonight?
We have
That
another
would be a good
question.
T-shirt. Weird that peanuts are a bean.
Peanuts are a bean. All right, so we have another question for everyone. What are your favorite aspects of doing YouTube and some negatives? So Adam, we'll start with you.
Favorite
That's a good question.
aspects? Oh man, the relationships that I've formed on YouTube has been phenomenal. Getting to meet a whole bunch of new people and their stories, and have, you know, seeing what kind of shared experiences you have with people and what you have in common. And yeah, that's probably been the favorite aspect of YouTube. And negative would be, there's not really any negatives, I guess, other than kind of what my expectations of what Facebook or what YouTube wants from you, you know, and maybe you're lacking in some of those areas. You feel like fear of missing out, FOMO type of thing, a little bit of anxiety around that, but it's not much really. Just because you want to be successful, you want to get your message out there, and you don't know if you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing. You don't, you know, you just really don't know. So that's probably the only negative for me.
Okay, Aaron, how about you?
Kind of the same thing that Adam said, just like meeting all of these new people that you have stuff in common with from, you know, all over the world, essentially. I think that's really, really cool. And, you know, I talk to some people like outside of YouTube now. That's like wild. I've only been doing this for like under 2 months. But negatives, I don't know, some of the malcontents that are like leaving crappy comments and challenging what you're doing and that I really don't want advice from. You know, you're overloading this, or you can't do this, or that's bad, or, you know, I guess it comes with the territory and I got to deal with it.
Yeah.
I love that because they're just giving you their energy, you know. Thanks for the energy. Just smile and wave.
People with no followers, no videos, no real profile picture. I don't know. Whatever.
Yep, right.
I need a thicker skin, I think. Maybe if I continue to eat this way, it'll get thicker.
That's awesome.
So Greg, same question for you.
I kind of like what everybody said. I like, you know, I've made a lot of friends on this whole thing, and just like Brian, me and Brian spend quite a bit of time with each other every week, and he's become a good friend of mine. Just doing a channel together, doing a show together, and just meeting other people on YouTube has been amazing. Definitely, I feel there's a lot more people on here that I'd be really close to if we lived by each other. Or, you know, I live in Iowa. You know, there's only so many people, but it's just you find that common ground, and that makes for some. Yeah, there's not that many people in Iowa. No, there's
all 5 of you.
But I think that's the nice thing. You can make friends all over the world, literally. And then the only thing is just I don't like negative people, and kind of like you'd mentioned, Aaron. Just I put out a great video the other day, all positive, great things, and then someone leaves a thumbs down. Not that it's a big deal because it still helps the video, but it's like, why even put a thumbs down? I mean, I don't understand that, and that's just the evil in people. There's going to be some people out there doing that. You can't let it get under your skin or let it bother you, because there's always going to be naysayers. And the bigger your channel is, the more of it you're going to see. I mean, that's just kind of the bottom line. But you just got to kind of ignore those. And I just remind myself, you're making these videos for all the people that love you and support you and encourage you, that leave those positive comments. I mean, that's what you're doing this for, is those people, and that's why I remind myself, keep plugging away and do it for them.
Yep.
Yeah. And for me, the meeting new friends and so forth is a big thing with it. I enjoy the aspect of, let's say I put out a video about something and I get a comment that helped somebody or something, right? That I really like about it, right? So I feel like this is my way of helping people that I don't even know and so forth, right? So I really like that aspect of it. For negatives, this is going to be a little bit different than what you all said. The negative for me is that there's so many good channels out there and so many people that I've come to know over the last, whatever it's been here now, I guess. I've had my channel for about 7 months, I guess, or something like that. In that 7-month period, there's so many out there that there's just not enough time to keep up with everyone. And so the negative would be that I can't keep up with everybody's channel, especially when trying to do stuff for my own channel. So I kind of feel bad about that, because there's time periods where I probably completely miss a week or 2 weeks at a time with somebody's channel, that they might be watching my channel and then I'm able to get to their channel, but again, then there's somebody else that I'm missing for the next week or two or whatever, right? There's just so many people out there. And it's not just that there's so many channels, but just so many people that I've come to know and I've interviewed, or they've interviewed me or whatever and so forth. So that's my negative, is that there's just not enough time to keep up with everybody as much as I would like to.
True. Yep.
All right. So let's catch up on comments. I'm way behind again. Ellie says, I saw some friends where they hadn't seen me in a year, back when I was 240 pounds, and now I am 173 pounds, and are shocked by how much I've changed. A lot of them were surprisingly open-minded about carnivore. That's good.
That's awesome.
And congratulations on the weight loss.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Cindy's trying to catch up with many videos from various people, then find more. My husband is a YouTube widower. That kind of goes with what I was just talking about too, though. There's just not enough time.
Trying to find all that balance between your life, work, family, YouTube friends, and family on here, and
right.
It's a balancing act.
Ron says, pray for me. I am 4 pounds from 100 pounds lost. Well, first of all, congratulations. Wow. That's great. 96 pounds, 4 pounds. You're going to be there very soon. I know you will. You've been doing an amazing job. I remember interviewing Ron, I don't know, it was a few months back, I guess, like June, July timeframe, when he was first getting started. So I think it was like June or July. So look at that, 100 pounds.
That's awesome.
In like 4 months or so.
Wow.
Incredible. Gail just took the chuck steaks off the grill.
Oh yeah, nice.
So we all need to go to Gail's house now for some chuck steaks.
Yep. I got one in the sous vide right now. It'll be ready tomorrow about 5 o'clock.
All this fancy cooking stuff that you guys are doing.
Yeah.
I know.
Sous vide is like literally the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah?
Yeah, it is so easy. So you just turn the cooker on and you throw a steak in a bag in the water. and you leave it in there for 24 hours, you don't do anything. After the 24 hours, you take it out of the bag, dry it off, sear it, and it's done. Perfect. Medium rare.
Nice.
The toughest cut of meat that you could ever find, the chuck steak, or chuck roast cut into a steak. And it's literally as tender as a ribeye. It's amazing.
I think I'm going to have to invest in one of those.
Oh, yeah, you do, for sure. It's so easy.
Okay, so Mike says touchdown Texas Tech. The extra point will make it 35-21. That was like, I don't know, 8 minutes ago, so I'm sure they made the extra point.
What's Wreckham? Is that a Texas Tech thing?
I don't know, maybe. Wreckham.
No idea. Wreckham. Yeah, Wreckham.
Yeah. Oh, that just made me think of Beavis and Butthead there for a minute. I don't know why, but okay. So Becky says, "Okay, Gail, now I am getting hungry." Going back to her chuck steaks. My roommate is sleeping on the couch. I don't want to bug her by hanging around in the kitchen. Yeah, see, that's the difference between Becky and I. I would just go in the kitchen. Anyway.
Just go do it. Ask for forgiveness.
Cindy is 8 subs from 500.
Ooh.
But more than 1,400 watch hours needed too. So let me bring up Cindy's channel really quick, because we're going to help her out here. Hopefully.
I was going to say, Brian, you're on Cindy's and Sana's channel tomorrow night, aren't you?
I am.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody needs to go over to Cindy's channel and get her over that 500 mark. Give her a sub. She puts out great content.
Yeah. Here we go. At Cindy Demanch 3839. Did I say that right? Demanch. So that is her channel.
Cindy.
There you go. So now she's 7 away from 700 or from 500.
Nice.
So let's get her to 500.
Let's go. Let's go.
Gail says, I only have 967 more subs to 1,000.
Nice. One at a time.
Yeah.
We're getting there. You'll get there. Oh, going back to the thumbs down. The thumbs down can hurt.
Nope, it
I don't
doesn't.
like doing shorts because that's where all the negativity is.
Yes.
I
agree. It's usually on the shorts.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
That's why I don't do shorts. I don't get no negativity. There's a lot of times, though, I think it might just be a fat finger or something, or because I do that sometimes. I'll hit something inadvertently, and I won't even notice that I did it. So that might be.
On that, Renee says, just tell yourself they hit the thumbs down by accident. I got to tell you, though, some of my shorts, though, it definitely wasn't that at all. Things like you're going to die if you don't eat any vegetables. You have to have carbs. What do you think?
Nice.
You're going to have a heart attack.
Nice.
Yeah, those kinds of things. So it's great.
Nice people.
And half the time that stuff could be a bot, too.
Yeah, well, I picture somebody eating a bag of potato chips saying that. So
right.
And Cindy says Brian will be on our live tomorrow. So yes, I will be.
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome.
And yes, Wreckham is a Texas Tech thing. So there you go.
I got you. Okay. Well, hashtag Wreckham. Go get them.
I was going to say we learn something new every show.
Right?
Oh, and here we go. It's Demanch, not Demanchi. Demanch. Cindy Demanch. All right. Here's another question. Maybe. I missed the question. Here we go. Okay. Are any of you going to be going to Hack Your Health KetoCon?
Where is that?
KetoCon? I don't know.
Is that the one that's in Texas this time, I think? Austin, maybe?
Oh, is that the one down there?
It might be. I think Nicole said she was going to that.
Yeah, I'm not going.
I'm not going. If it's nearby on the East Coast sometime, maybe I'll go, but nah.
I know there's some of them that we're going to end up going to, Carrie and I, for the Carnivore Diet documentary. We're going to try to make it to some of those to have a presence there for the documentary, but I don't know which ones yet. Maybe that's one of them.
So Cindy said she's going.
Awesome.
Um,
Austin, Texas. Yeah, I think it's one of the big ones, isn't it? KetoCon or something.
Yeah. So Gail says, "Oh, Greg just stepped away, but the Wild just scored. Now it's 3-2. We'll leave that one when he comes back."
Is that soccer?
That's hockey.
Hockey. Gotcha.
Yeah, Minnesota Wild against.
Yeah, I should have guessed that. Some of the soccer teams have weird names though, so
yeah,
I'm not a soccer fan at all. I've photographed many times the U.S. soccer team and all that, and that's one sport that I'm like, how on earth can you come to a game and leave and nobody scored a single goal? What is up with
that? Exactly. Oh, I'm sure it's probably fun to play. To me, it just doesn't look like it'd be fun to watch because there's not a lot of scoring. But
yeah.
So Mike says Recum Tech. See how that flows. Recum Tech.
Recum Tech.
So Greg, you missed this, but the Wild scored, so it's now 3-2 New Jersey.
Interesting.
And Michael is here. He says good evening. So good evening, Michael. Michael's usually on our lives.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining again. Good
Awesome.
to see you here again. Michael's been doing a great job with his weight loss lately. Right, Greg?
Yep,
Definitely. Where he was.
I think he said 67 pounds the other day, or yesterday.
Yeah. And it's just in a few months, like 2 or 3 months or something like that. Yeah. It's crazy.
Doing great.
Ellie says she's not going to. She has to go to sleep. Thanks, guys, for the fun chat. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Ellie.
Bye.
Bye, Ellie. There you go. Cindy says this year it is called Hack Your Health by KetoCon.
Gotcha.
So there we go. And Mike likes soccer. Played my senior year in high school 100 years ago. Did they even have soccer back then?
Nope.
Nice. He must have taught Pele how to play or something. So that's a long time ago.
Are we up to date on the game?
It's 13-10 still, 8:21 left in the third quarter. So just a little back and forth, not much going on.
Not very many touchdowns.
Clock's ticking away, Becky.
All right. Hey, guess what? For the first time in like an hour and a half, I'm actually caught up on comments.
Yeah, you did good.
That's great.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I mean, at one point, I think I was like 40 comments behind, so it's pretty good.
So
all right.
we have already celebrated our first snow of the year yesterday, which is crazy. Sucks. I can't stand seeing that stuff. I call it white death. The first couple snows, it's like there's like 9,000 crashes everywhere because people forget how to drive, and oh my goodness. So have you guys seen snow yet?
No.
We had a dusting this last weekend in Iowa. Not a lot. It didn't build on the roads. It just could see it in the fields, kind of. A little dusting. It's been cold and windy.
Yeah, cold, but no snow. Please, no snow.
Yeah, we definitely haven't had snow here. I'm in Virginia, and the other day it was 82, and then like the next day it was only like 45 or 50, so that was really rough. But that was really cold for this time of year for us. Our leaves are just kind of in the last week falling, so I have a lot of leaf work to do because I have an acre and a half with a lot of just like woods that surround my backyard, so there's a lot of leaves that I have to clean up. But yeah, I mean, I can't remember. We've lived out here in Virginia for like 16, 17 years now, And I think in that time period, the earliest we've seen snow is probably mid-December.
Oh, wow. That'd be nice.
Last year, we didn't get any snow at all.
Mhm.
It's hit or miss too for us. Like we had one year, it was 80 degrees on Christmas Day. My kids were little, and
Nice.
I still remember this because my son got a little Batmobile, radio controlled Batmobile, and we were in the driveway playing with it in shorts. The next year, we had one snowstorm that had 36 inches, 3 feet, and another one that had 30 inches, and then another one that had 10 inches. It was like the most snow we've ever gotten. So it's so hit or miss here in Virginia. You just never know what you're going to get. And it can even in the same year, it can be that way. Like I was telling you, it was 82 the one day, and then the next day it's like 45, 50 degrees. So
I have
Virginia's weird.
I have a scoring update. Pittsburgh Steelers just scored a touchdown.
Uh-oh.
So they got to kick the extra point yet, but it's 16-13 with 5:44 left to go in the third. It's a nice catch.
All right.
There you go, Becky.
Oh, wait, no, this is going to get overturned.
Yep, he stepped
His
out.
left foot is out.
Uh-oh.
1 foot in.
It's a beautiful
They're
catch, too.
If they're reviewing this, which they should, this is going to get overturned.
Yep, it's no score.
Yeah, that's tough.
Dag
All
nabbit.
right, where are we? Like said, touchdown TCU, 4:54 to go in the game, and it's 35-28 now TCU. And Cindy said you can keep all the snow, Adam. Michael's in Chicago, and it snowed here on Halloween, he says. That's just like I was talking about. So Tuesday night, that was Halloween. There were some college football games on. There was one at Central Michigan, which is in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. It was snowing there. And the other game was in Toledo, Ohio, and it was snowing there. So it was funny. Like before the game, you could see when they were, just talking about what the game and so forth. You could see people down on the field shoveling the snow off the field. So that was funny. Mike says he had flurries Sunday in Western Iowa.
Yep.
Christy says no snow here in Southern California. It does snow here in the mountains, but it hasn't yet. It was 88 degrees at my house today.
Nice.
Wow.
Rub it in, why don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, Mike says we got down to 14 degrees a couple mornings ago.
Yeah, it was chilly.
In Virginia, when it gets like around 30, 32 degrees, we start talking about how be careful being outside because you could die from the cold weather. That's how we are in Virginia. So for you people in like Iowa and that are used to like 0 and below 0 temperatures, we could not handle that. There's no way.
Yeah, I don't think I could handle Iowa either because it's just too windy out there.
Some days, for sure.
My son works on the windmills, and he spent a lot of time in Iowa. He actually went to college in Iowa specifically for that, and it's one of the only schools in the country that they can learn how to work on these windmills, and it's in Iowa. And there's like 7 billion windmills in Iowa.
We have a lot of
them. So Cindy says her husband, let me start. My husband and I moved to Kentucky from New Hampshire 2 years ago. In New Hampshire, when it snows, it's footage. Here, it's just about an inch or two. Yeah. That's the weird thing about Virginia. Like sometimes we'll get a dusting or like an inch or two, and then other times we'll get like 2 or 3 feet of snow. Because like, and like we get a lot of the coastal storms, come up, up the coast and so forth. But a lot of times it's too warm and it's just rain. But then when temperature's just right and it's right enough for it to turn to snow, that's when we get a lot of snow. And sometimes they don't know because they're like, well, it might be rain, it might be ice, it might be snow. And so they might be like, okay, you're going to get like 5 inches of snow because it's eventually going to turn to snow. And then we get like 12 or something because it turned earlier. And then there's, sometimes that we just get ice storms and those are like the worst. So you never know what we're going to get. Let's see what we got here. Becky says no snow, but was 27 degrees in the morning here last weekend. Totally sunny. Yeah, even with the sun, 27, that's a no-go for me. Gail doesn't do snow either. I got minor dustings last year 3 times. 20 minutes up the road from me was snowed in for a week. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was 77 at Gail's house today. So there you go.
At your house or in your house, Gail?
She had the heat turned up to 77. So Renee says if it got to 14 here, the whole state was shut down. Where's Renee at? Do we know? I don't know.
Not sure.
I want to say South Carolina, but that's probably completely
South somewhere, I believe.
Got to be a southern state for sure.
Yeah. But so my daughter is going to school in South Carolina, and it was, where is it? Oh, Louisiana. Oh, yeah. So I was gonna say, my daughter is going to school in South Carolina, and when we were there last week, it was like low to mid 80s. But this morning, she said it was like 30 degrees, and she's like, I was not prepared for that. So there you go.
Just so you guys know, the game is tied 13-13. So they kicked a field goal to tie it up. So,
Louisiana.
Yep. So Louisiana. Yeah, Louisiana and Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Gales from Northern California.
Nice. Any of you guys ever been to Louisiana before?
Yes, I've been to New Orleans, Nolans.
However
you want to say
it. Nola.
It's funny because I live in Virginia, and I'm like kind of middle of the state, and sometimes for work I have to go down to the Hampton Roads area, which has like Norfolk and all that, right? And they always know that I'm like from somewhere else when I come down there. And it's funny, like the one guy sometimes like he'll be like, "Oh look, there's the Yankee." But it's funny because they start picking on me. They start asking me to say Norfolk, but they say it differently. And I'm like, okay, Norfolk. And they're like, yeah, that's not how it's said. You know how they say Norfolk? They say Norfolk. So that's really hard for me to remember that one because I'm not from there. But
right.
Yeah, it's weird because it's only like a couple hours away from where I live, and they talk a lot differently, and they call me a Yankee. So
that's funny. Norfolk.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So Cindy,
I've been to New Orleans too. New Orleans is pretty interesting around New Year's. So I've been there at shooting games at the Superdome. So I have to shoot festivities and stuff surrounding the playoff games and whatever. And it's pretty disgusting. Walking down Bourbon Street and stuff on New Year's. Oh my goodness.
It's probably similar to Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is pretty bad. Like,
it's like
the locals are like, you got to stay away from there during Mardi Gras week. Stay away.
If Mardi Gras is anything like New Year's, I agree. So it was like barf and beer and urine like running in the gutters. It was disgusting. I experienced it one time and never again.
So Mike asks, ever eat a gator? I think he's talking about for Louisiana. I've had gator bites before.
I've had gator, They tasted like chicken.
Yeah.
they were fried.
That's good. That's awesome.
Went to a casino in Louisiana years ago with my son who was living in Houston at the time. Hit the thumbs up on the way out, folks. Yes.
Yeah, do that.
Mike, you in 4-H for gator. Oh, here you go.
Apparently,
You can
Renee
buy-
was.
You can buy gator balls at the stores around here.
Nice.
Wait, is that food or
Like
what?
Rocky Mountain oysters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gator testicles. You know?
Well,
Nice.
it's carnivore, right? Technically.
Yep.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. I was actually raised a city girl. Hubby turned me country.
That's funny.
28 hours sous vide. So Gail's chuck steaks, she did sous vide, and then she put them on the grill after that.
Nice. I've never gone over 25 hours, so maybe I'll try 28 and see how it goes.
Wow.
But mine always turn out perfect, 24 hours.
It's
I
hard to
take
beat
it
that.
out, I sear it, I put the next one in for the next day, and just keep going. And
Wait, you can only cook one at a time?
no. Well, it's however big your vat of water is.
I gotcha.
You could do like 10 or 20 of them if you want.
Takes you like a month to
Right.
yeah.
Right. But
Okay.
it's just me in my house that's eating carnivore. So, yeah, I just cook like a 1.5 pound chuck steak every day. And if there's leftover, I eat it with my eggs for breakfast. And that's it. That's all I eat.
That's cool.
So, guess what? I was wrong about the gator balls. They're not gator testicles. They are gator meat made into balls.
I had a feeling that's what you meant, but we just ran with it.
Yeah.
You know,
Sounded plausible. What the hell?
that's what it seemed like to me. Oh, well.
Speaking of gator balls, I shared on the keto cookout that when Maggie was showing us how to check the calves as they came in for their vaccinations and stuff, and we were getting footage of that, she was showing Carrie how to check the knockers on the back of the males. And I was like, please, Carrie, please check it. Please check, because I want to get footage of this.
Are you allowed to say if you got footage
Adam's
of
got
that?
a camera.
I so wish he did, but he didn't. Oh, man.
So, you know, Renee tried to get us out of the gutter there. And then Adam goes, speaking of gator balls.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Okay, update on the Minnesota Wild game. The Devils lead 4-3.
It's a lot closer than it was.
Now y'all are going to make me go Google to see if they
I bet
So,
they do.
Here's a serious question. There's gators, there's alligators, and there's crocodiles. Are crocodiles the male and gators the female, or are they just two separate type of animals?
Yeah.
Two separate. Okay.
You can tell by looking at the mouths, the alligators are wider and the crocodiles have more of a narrow snout.
Okay.
You can tell by the size of their. Never mind.
Oh.
Their snouts.
And now we know why the keto cookout
We're
is
all
like
in
it
the
is.
gator gutter still.
Adam says it's Russ, but it's really
Gator gutter.
Adam.
You know, it's a good thing Russ isn't on the show tonight.
Oh, yeah. You're giving him lots of material.
Oh, well, it has a power play. Cindy says she's got to go for tonight. Have a great one, everyone. See you tomorrow, Brian. Yes, I'll see you tomorrow evening, Cindy.
Bye, Cindy. Thanks
Good
for coming
night.
on.
Bye, Cindy.
All right, so Minnesota's down by a goal, but they're on the power play. So there is, luck, or there's a shot for them. I think we have a
I
score
read that
update
as
in
something
the football
else,
game.
but
Tennessee
I'm
just
taking it
scored
off
a
the
field
screen.
goal.
the gator issue. I read that as something else.
So, Greg, save us from Adam right now.
Power
What's the
play
score
is.
update?
You want a game update?
Yeah.
I was going to say, was it Tennessee just kicked the field goal?
Yes.
And so they're up by 3, right? Because it was tied.
16-13. Yep.
Yep. Their internal,
This is different. So, Adam, you'd be happy to know that Google says that they are internal.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
there
there
you
is a
go.
real
So I guess
thing.
you can't take pictures of those,
So,
Adam.
yeah, so I can't get Carrie checking the knockers. I swear when she called them knockers, I freaking lost it. And it was just so matter of fact, like that's just how they talk.
Is that what they call them there?
I guess. I don't know. I mean, she
Where was
literally
this is Canada?
she
right?
kept talking about menses and knockers and like all this stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like
This was at Maggie's
12-year-old
Ranch.
in me is just wanting to lose it.
Maggie's Ranch. Yep.
Yeah, that's up in Canada.
It's just a way of life for them, I guess.
Gail's rubbing it in.
Oh yeah.
Steak is melting mouth. We're over here talking about, I don't even want to say anymore, and she's over here eating great steak.
Right. I was gonna say, I got a question for Adam. I know you recently traveled to Canada and stuff, but what all are you doing on your channel right now? And kind of just talk a little bit about your channel and just let people know, maybe they haven't been to your channel before. Just kind of tell them a little bit about what you're doing and what you're working on.
Well, I started my channel July of this year, so it's not that old, maybe 4 months or so. I started with to just spread the message of this incredible way of eating. Like I said, I started for an autoimmune condition. I didn't start for weight loss or anything like that, even though I was already doing intermittent fasting for weight loss. And I thought that was okay until I started carnivore, and it was just accelerated like crazy and solved so many issues for me: the arthritis, the gout, the plantar fasciitis, the vitiligo, healed a traumatic brain injury. Like the list just keeps going on and on and on. Adult acne, gray hair is reversing, which is incredibly strange.
I don't see any gray hair.
Right. And I'm like, I have got to share this with people, like I just have to share this with people. So I just kind of started without really any plan. I named it Carnivore Today because it seemed like it was something easy to remember for people. And the initial thought was to kind of share something daily. But right now I'm just kind of still getting my feet wet with what to do and find out where kind of my niche is in this space. I'm trying to be different than everybody else. So right now, just mainly some interviews. We're doing the live streams on Tuesday nights with a keto cookout. I don't do a lot of like update videos and what I eat and stuff like that. People have asked for that, but I'm trying to provide content that people can search for if they have an issue or a problem.
Sure.
Not necessarily do the viral stuff or journey type stuff and things like that. So if people are looking for, how to reverse type 2 diabetes or something like that, then maybe one of my interviews with somebody that has cured that comes up in the search and it helps them. So that's the main purpose of my channel right now, is to just spread content in that way. So yeah, I have a couple interviews that I just posted this past week, which I hadn't posted in about a month because of everything going on with the documentary and traveling. And it's just, I own a business too. So we ramped up with a lot of work in that area the past month, and it's just been super hectic. So, but yeah, I'm trying to get into more of a routine with what I'm doing and what I'm sharing, and try to be purposeful in what I do. And so yeah, if you come to my channel, that's what you can expect.
Awesome. Well, I know you do a lot for the carnivore community and just the weight loss community in general. So we appreciate all your hard work and being part of the movie and all that other stuff. I mean, you do amazing work. So keep up the good work. And if you haven't been over to Adam's channel, make sure you go check it out and give him a sub. And like I said, he does a lot of great work. So
appreciate that, Greg.
You bet.
Likewise with you guys. If it wasn't for everybody else, I don't know. If I was just a one-man band, or there was just a few channels, I don't know that I'd be doing it. So, the the support that I get from you guys and the community is what helps to keep me going. So I definitely appreciate each and every one of you guys and ladies for what you do. And it's definitely an inspiration. One thing I didn't mention with my channel is I've noticed that the majority of my viewers are female. And a lot of the comments that I get are females with issues that they have. And obviously I'm not female, so I can't speak to any particular issue. So I do want to try to gear a little bit more of my content towards providing information for females, because it does seem like this space is somewhat dominated by males.
Absolutely.
So getting that information out there, I think, is important, because a female system biologically is much different than a male's. You know, it seems like they have everything that a male has, but then they've got these additional things that are very specific, and there's just not a bunch of information out there in regards to carnivore. So
True.
Yep.
So Greg, bad news for you.
Uh-oh.
I saw that. Yeah.
No scoring an empty net. Wild took a penalty with 2 minutes to go. Game over. New Jersey won 5-3.
So Greg, are you a New Jersey fan?
No, I'm a Wild fan. So
He's a Wild.
yeah, I got that out there.
There we go.
Yeah, there's one too.
Okay, nice.
But it looks like Texas Tech was going to win, so Mike's happy. Interception with 55 seconds to go. They were going to win 35-28.
Thanks for the update, Gail.
Gail's sorry for you, Greg.
Thank you for updating, though. That's awesome. Appreciate you.
I don't know if I've ever photographed in the Wild. If I did, I'll send you some pictures.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Hopefully it wasn't this year, because apparently this year's been rough.
Yeah, a little bit. It's early yet, though.
Right. Oh, yeah, I have a few.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if anybody has any questions for Aaron or Adam or Greg or myself or all of us or whatever, go ahead and drop them into the chat. Put a Q in front so that we can easily identify that there's a question there. And we'll go from there. Gail says they're not as bad as the Sharks, the San Jose Sharks. Yeah, that's probably true.
I'm trying to find a good one for you here, Greg. Maybe one where they're scoring.
Oh, you might have to look for too long for that.
Searching forever here.
That'd be like looking for the Red Wings the past like 8 years.
Right.
It's been rough for them. They're not doing too bad so far this year, so I'm holding out some hope, but it's been rough lately for them.
There's a block. Yeah, I've only shot them.
Transformer says good morning to everyone.
Good morning. How are you?
Hey, Graham, how's it going?
Ooh, we have some questions. Have y'all dealt with weight loss stalls? Do you ignore them and keep going, or do you have any strategies? So, Aaron, let's start with you on this one.
I think, when I lost the bulk of my weight years ago, the very first thing I would do is I would look back at exactly what I was doing, review exactly what I was eating. Was I eating too much? Was I eating too little? And by the way, I've always been a tracker. I'm just a numbers person, and I like to keep track of stuff. But that would be the first thing that I would do. And also another thing that I've tried in the past that has worked was I actually eat more for a period of time. And I don't know if that jump starts my metabolism or whatever, but I almost always lose weight after doing that. Right now, I'm not trying to lose any weight at this point, so I'm not really playing around with that stuff. But those are the two things that definitely work for me: double checking exactly what I'm doing, and then pretty much adding more food. and that would kind of get me over that hump.
Yeah. Adam, how about you?
Yeah, I've dealt with weight loss stalls, and almost every single time it had to do with dairy. So
Mm.
if I was eating cheese or putting too much heavy cream in coffee, that was always the culprit. And I didn't notice it until, maybe the 7th or 8th time that I ate cheese and noticed that my weight loss was stalling for a couple weeks. And as soon as it was gone, not only adult acne would also coincide with the dairy and the cheese. So I figured that out too. So yeah, the dairy was always the part of the weight loss stall, but I didn't really worry about it, to be honest with you. I knew that if I continued on the path, then it would work itself out. I wasn't too worried.
Greg, how about you?
I think the big thing is just, continue to work the plan. In my case, a lot of times, I would lose weight in chunks. So I'd have a week or two where nothing really happened. And the next week you drop 8 pounds. So sometimes that happens, but also I like to mix things up. If I get stalled, I start doing something different. I've had it where I even did like a cheat meal. And what I found is, I wouldn't go crazy on the cheat meal, but I think a lot of times it would reset my metabolism and then I'd start losing weight again. So, and I think everybody's a little bit different. You have to find out what that item is and do that. But, you just got to keep plugging away, make any adjustments. The other thing I encourage people to do, drink more water. Sometimes I think we underhydrate ourselves and, we need that extra water to flush our system out. I think that helps too. So I kind of like, like Aaron was saying, it's okay to track your food. So, you can pinpoint, what is the item that's causing me the problem. I think that's a good idea as well. So for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I definitely have weight loss stalls. I sabotage myself all the time. That's usually the problem. Whether it's drinking something like this that apparently has sucralose in it or something else, cheese, dairy definitely will cause weight loss stalls for me. I think I'm kind of at the point right now, though, that I'm not worrying that much about my weight. And, actually, we haven't even talked about this tonight, Greg, but we're doing that No Way November. So we weighed ourselves on November 1st, which I guess was yesterday.
Yep.
And we're not going to weigh ourselves again until December 1st. So for me, at this point in where I'm at, I'm not worrying so much about the weight loss stall. I know that I'm, feeling healthier and, I've fixed a lot of health issues that I had and so forth. And I'm more concentrating on that kind of thing and just trying to make sure that I'm eating well, but not worrying too much about the weight. I still do have a lot of body fat that I do know that I need to lose. But I'm not as concerned about how quickly it comes off as long as I know I'm doing well and I'm feeling healthy. I have another question. This one's for Adam. How many people do y'all have lined up for the movie?
Oh, wow. I believe there's over 700 applicants.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we had Chad, the documentary producer from the UK, that's been helping with some insights into documentary production. And he kind of went through a rundown of different scenes and how long each one would take. And with what the footage that we already have, there's like two minutes left to put stuff in. So this is going to be extremely tricky on how to fit all this in. So Carrie revealed the name of the documentary today to the members. It's going to be public tomorrow, but the goal is, at least right now, is to produce the main film and then potentially do a series afterwards where each episode is going to cover, type 2 diabetes or fertility, obesity. So there's going to be 7 or 8 episodes that goes along afterwards, and then we can include more of those year-long journeys. So it's a extremely daunting task right now. There's a whole volunteer task force on going through all of these applications and all these videos that were submitted to try to see, who would be a good fit to follow for a year for the documentary. So yeah, it's we don't have a bunch lined up right now. So mainly it's Carrie, Maggie, Bill, and Jeff is going to be for the main characters. We're going to have supporting characters, if you will, for the movie in those areas, and along with the doctors too. So we have, I think, 8 doctors that we have to fit in there too somewhere. So 8 doctors that, let's say 2 minutes apiece. I mean, that's 16 minutes right there of footage. So it's going to be very complicated to try to fit all this together in one movie. So it's fun though.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot of people that have submitted info. Wow.
Yeah. It's truly, it's incredible. Some of the people that have submitted stuff have already started their story, and just reading through some of that and everything that it's helped them and their family and the stories that they've submitted it's very touching.
All right. Let me get back to some comments. Mike says, so he's going back to what he was asking us about the weight loss stall. He lost 12 pounds the first month and nothing since. He's on day 79, so a little over a month then of stall. Yeah, this is something. I'm not even gonna say that I came up with this. So this is Attentional Carnivore. Sean White says this a lot. You can't really make your body decide to lose weight at this time. Your body's going to lose it when it loses it. So there are definitely things you can try and do. But if you feel like you're doing those things and you're not losing it, just be patient and, give it time, and maybe you'll start losing again. And it's just not the right time at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And he does say here, his labs were great though. So that's good. Do we have an update? Did I just miss something, Craig?
Just the Tennessee punted, and they're still up by 3.
Okay. And we're in the fourth quarter, right?
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
So how much does Mike have to lose? I mean, has he got 3 pounds left, or what is it? Because that could take a long time,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
That's about all I've got left, and it just seems like it's just hanging around. There's nothing else that I can do. I know that fat protects toxins. Essentially, it protects your body from tries to protect your body from oxalates and toxins. So it could be potentially that your body's just not ready to release those in the proper manner, or it's still holding on to those to regulate the manner in which it gets rid of the toxins. So yeah, you just
Mike says he has about 50 pounds to lose.
Okay. Yep. Just be patient. Stay on the plan.
Yep. Renee says my grandson did the same for about 2 months, but then he started losing weight. But yeah, I think that might just be it. You just need to be patient here, and you're going to start losing it again. It's funny because I lost quite a bit of weight early on. I think I lost like 60, 65 pounds or something like that the first few months. And I'm like, where am I at? Like 85 pounds, I think, right now, if I remember correctly, or 80 pounds, 85. I can't remember. That shows you how much I'm paying attention to that now. But the funny thing is that going from like 65 to like 80, 85 pounds was months and months. So the beginning there was quite a bit, and then there's been not much. And boy, I'm trying to think. I think this summer I lost a few pounds. And then there was like nothing for a few months. And then more recently I lost like 5 pounds again. I think that's what put me at, what was it, 85 or 90, Greg? I can't remember. Where was that? I think I told you, but I don't remember where I was at.
Well, I know you're over 80 pounds, but
Maybe it was 80 or 85. I can't remember.
yeah.
But whatever it was, and then I kind of have stalled again, and I even gained a few pounds from last week, which
You're on
I ate
vacation.
pretty well. I ate pretty well. I think it was
Yeah.
mostly that Saturday, Sunday thing, because Saturday I had alcohol and then I had a little bit of carb. And my body just, I don't know why, but anytime I have carbs, I notice that like either I gain a couple pounds or I don't, or I'm not losing. Usually I'll gain a couple pounds. Like if we decide to go out somewhere and I have something I shouldn't, like I like to get Mexican food sometimes, and so I'll have like the tortilla or something, or I'll just have like some Mexican rice or something, and I'll gain a couple pounds, and it'll take me a few days to lose that back. So that's part of the whole where I said that I sabotage myself all the time. So
Yeah, it could be, with some people, the weight loss is going and going and going. And then, you eat some carbs and your body was like, okay, we're cool. We're cool. We're cool. Oh, wait a minute. We're going back to the other way of eating, and then it just kind of takes a long time to get back in the groove where people like myself, sometimes when I ate carbs, it spurred a weight loss thing.
Mhm.
So if I was stalled because of cheese or whatever, and I ate some carbs, it would start it up again. I don't know what you call that, but
Mhm.
it was very interesting. I wouldn't recommend that, but yeah, it's different with different people for sure.
yeah. Becky says, I don't think we understand very well how big a factor stress is with this raised
Yes.
cortisol levels.
So true.
Renee said, I was getting worried. So going back to her grandson, I was getting worried as I assumed he would shed the weight fast because he was a male and young. I asked Dr. Berry and Dr. Chafee about him. They said not to worry. He would. Then I was trashed in comments because people thought we were competing with him.
Mm.
Patrol said they did, yeah. Their channels are so huge. There are a lot of interesting comments there. I'm lucky. My channel's so small that most of the time they don't bother me. They
Right.
stay away from me. There's bigger fish to fry than me.
Yeah, man, there was one live that I did with Carrie, and there was some like bot that was in the chat, and literally it changed its name, or like multiple bots came in there like every half second, and they would post like 75 comments. And you're able to, as an admin, you can select the comment and say delete this comment and all other ones, and then like delete this person, right? And it'll delete everything all at once. But I literally kept doing that, one right after another, after another, after another, for like 45 minutes. And finally I was like, Carrie, turn the comments off or something. I can't keep up. And you can see people are complaining like, oh my God, get the trolls out. It's like, I'm doing everything I can and it just won't stop. It just literally was a machine doing it. And it was impossible to keep up. But it was saying like really, really bad stuff.
Was it related to what you were talking about, or was it just random?
No, it was like Carrie is a
Oh,
blah,
wow.
blah, 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 talking about children and all this stuff. And yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah. I have once or twice had some interesting comments show up during my live streams. And it's usually just like one handle or whatever, and I just hide them and then that's it. I'm good. But
Right.
yeah, it's the same type of thing though. Like it'll be like completely not even on topic or anything. It's like, you're sitting there talking on the live stream and then you see this comment come in and you're like, what are they talking about? And then you see the next comment and you're like, oh, okay, we need to get rid of them. So,
Right.
but it doesn't happen to be too often. I'm too small. So
somebody commented on one of mine yesterday. It said, something to the effect of recent studies have shown that eating meat causes cancer. I was just like, thumbs up, hide from channel.
Steelers are on the move in the game, by the way. There's 4:59 left. It's 16-13, and Pittsburgh. I'll give you an update of where they're at with the ball. They just had a big play. They're down about the 23-yard line of Tennessee. So we were right in calling it would be a close game for sure. And it is.
Yeah. So Becky says those were the worst burger patties I have ever purchased. Just had to get through them. Are those? So didn't she say that she was going to eat some burger patties for dinner?
Yeah.
Is that what she's talking about?
I think so.
Wow. Sorry, Becky.
Did you wake up the roommate?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, she said something about putting them in the air fryer, so I guess she probably did.
Uh-oh.
It's 1st and goal for the Steelers.
Oh, man.
So Gail said leftover steak put in the fridge, dishes washed, kitchen cleaned up, and teeth flossed. I'm ready to relax. I'm trying to figure out how she's got leftover steak. I would just eat all of it.
Right? That's the benefit of a chuck steak, is because it's like you can get it for $4 or $5 a pound. You get so much of it that I love it.
And it's good fat content like a ribeye.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Well, it's 2nd and goal.
Yep.
So Becky's like, "Oh, it's 2nd and goal. I thought it was still 1st and goal."
Yeah. I wonder
That's
how
that's a running joke for joke for Becky because she's always behind on us. Oh, here we go. Her roommate woke up before she went out there. Okay. And she has all the candles in the house lit, and it is just hanging out on the couch.
There you go. That worked out then. Hopefully her cortisol levels are pretty evened out right now with the game going on. Hope she's not stressed.
So Gail says she can't eat 3 pounds in one sitting. So there you go. Her chuck steaks were 3 pounds.
Nice.
So Adam, do you cut those smaller then, or you just cook it as one big hunk of meat, or how do you do that for putting it in the sous vide?
I've done it different ways. So usually I cut them about 1.25 inches thick, like a steak.
Mm-hmm.
And just however I can cut it to where it best resembles a steak. And that works great. And then this last time I'm like, wonder what would happen if I just left it, like a chuck roast, and then just cut it in half. Because this is easier, right, than trying to slice through like a steak. And it tastes exactly the same. It cooked exactly the same, and
still tender and everything else. Huh?
Just easier to prepare. So I'm going to do that from now on.
Nice.
But it doesn't taste like roast. That's the most important thing, because when I was growing up, I could not stand when my mom made roast. It just didn't taste right to me or something. So that's the most important part, or the best thing about the sous vide way of cooking it is it tastes more like a steak than it does a roast. So
you just put Redmond's on it before you stick it in the bag then usually, or no?
I put nothing on it. But a lot, when I first started doing it, I would put like salt, pepper, garlic on it. And I gradually started I got rid of the garlic, then I got rid of the pepper. And then I'm like, I put salt on it after it's cooked anyways. So I'm not even going to do that now. And it works out perfectly fine.
Nice.
So quick game update. It was 3rd down, and Tennessee just got called for defensive holding. So it's now 1st and goal at the 3.
And
and they just got a touchdown.
Uh-oh.
And Becky's over there waving her terrible towel. So that might have been what helped. It might have been what helped. So 4:02 to go 4th quarter. It's 19-16. I'm wondering, they'll kick the extra point, make it a 4-point.
Yeah, I would think they'd kick it.
And then
they went 92 yards on that. 11 plays in 5 minutes and 11 seconds. So
yeah. Carnivore Transformer has sub to low carbis and my weight loss life.
Hey,
So
thank
for
you.
doing that for
Appreciate
them.
it.
Awesome. It's about time, Graham. Where you been? I'm just playing with you.
The extra point was good.
So it's 2016. All right. Gail says I put salt on mine and left uncovered in fridge overnight before putting in the sous vide.
There you go.
You guys are making me hungry.
Yeah.
And it's way too late to eat here anyway.
Yeah.
I might make some eggs. I might do some eggs and butter.
Nice. Has anybody here ever dry aged steak?
I've watched people do it and stuff, and I'm like, I always wanted to try it, but I usually want to eat the steak before waiting that long.
Yeah. I tried an experiment. I should have recorded it and made a video out of it, but I didn't. And I tried doing one at 1 day, 2 days, 4 days, and 7 days. And by the time I got to day 7, I should have bought thicker ribeyes because it gets like hard and crunchy on the outside. Sort of, it gets so dry that I didn't realize that you're supposed to cut that off before you cook it. So yeah, I went ahead and cooked it with that on there, and it wasn't very appetizing on the outside. So yeah, I think Chafee, when he does his, they're like 1.5 inches or maybe even a little bit thicker, and he dry ages his sometimes for like 30 days. And then he trims off the outside. But I didn't do that when I did it. So, but I didn't really notice a difference in terms of flavor. It did seem a little bit more concentrated, but not enough of a difference for me to go through all that trouble. So,
yeah.
So Renee had to go. So thanks for joining us tonight, Renee.
On that note, guys, I have to go too. It's 11 o'clock here, and it's way past my bedtime. I don't want to fall asleep on the stream. So thank you so much for having me on again.
Yeah, thank you, Aaron. It's good seeing you later, Aaron.
Bye.
Take care.
Thank you. So how long do you guys normally go?
We go till the game's done, pretty much. So
Yeah.
usually it lasts about 3 hours and 27 minutes. It's like in a 3-minute window every time. Pretty much.
It is, yeah.
It's kind of funny.
On, huh? All right.
It's long, but hey, I guess that's a way to get watch time hours too, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of watch,
we've got people that are on here every week with us too. So
I need a
Becky
whopping.
and Michael and
I need like 275 watch hours to be at my 4,000. So
oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm real close. I just it's kind of weird though, but my videos the last week and a half, they're hardly getting any action. It's like, is YouTube turning them down or what? Because I don't know. You wonder.
Same thing with mine. Mine were getting like really low views, and then I posted one Monday, and it's almost up to 2,000 views already. I'm like,
it's
weird. On all the videos that I've ever done, I only have one that's hit 2,000, and it's been there since almost day one. So it's weird what's going on.
Yeah,
but you'll be really surprised at the ad revenue once you get monetized.
Yeah, I'm pushing hard. I mean, I'm trying to put out 4 or 5 videos a week, and I need some people to binge watch.
Right? Yeah. Once you get there and you see the revenue coming in,
pennies, right?
Oh my gosh! Like
pennies
what am
are
I doing? This is not a business.
Yeah.
Like somebody like Carrie or Dr. Barry or Dr. Chafee.
Oh yeah,
they got some revenue coming, but it's
you get 10 cents.
It's not huge.
Yeah, I'm sure not.
Yeah, I think I might clear $50 this month. So it's it'll pay for like my Descript subscription, I think. But I don't even know at this point like what threshold you have to get to for a deposit. So it may be like $100. So it's gonna take like 3 months.
I think it is $100.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of think I can hit my 275 hours maybe by the end of this month. Sometimes I'll have videos that do 150 hours, so it it just really depends. But like I said, not the way it's trending the last week and a half. It's like it's gotten shut off or something. It's been kind of weird, but because that content's really not any different. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Strange.
I always
You'll
find that
get there sooner than you think.
Yeah.
It'll happen rapidly, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's all good.
I always find that the videos that I think are going to do well don't. And then I'll be like, there'll be like a video like I get this idea and I'm like, I don't know, I'm not going to do it. And then finally, like a week later, I'm like, you know what? I need to put something out. I'm going to put this video out. I'm going to do it. And I do it. And I'm like, at least it's out there. And then that one gets like 1,000 views. I'm like, how did that happen? So, yeah.
Do more of that.
Yeah. And then like the video that's done the best for me has over 11,000, not counting shorts. It's just long form video, right? And it has over 11,000 views. And it was basically like my blood work results, right? So each time I've gotten blood work, I've tried to recreate it kind of in a similar type of style type thing. They get about 50 views. I'm like, how did I get so much on the first one? It makes no sense.
Wow.
So I don't know.
And Tennessee,
what's happening?
It's 3rd and 4. Tennessee has the ball, 3 minutes left, and they're on 45 of Pittsburgh. But it is 4th down.
It's 4th down, yeah.
Yep. 2:52.
I missed what's happening in the chat here about the exercises. I don't know. Carnivore Transformer was saying to do some exercise videos. And then Gail said go ahead.
I was going to say probably for watch time, maybe.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Gail says I'm hoping my doc will release me for exercise now that my muscles are taking in oxygen again.
That would be
Mike
cool.
Says my channel was phones before Carnivore. I have a couple around 10K views. Biggest Carnivore so far is a few hundred, mostly 30 to 50. Phones. So just like reviewing phones, I guess, different cell phones. Is that what he means?
I think so.
Yeah. So it sounds like.
I have a video that's got like 26,000 views. But it was back when I was a review channel. It was for actually Mission zero net carb tortilla shells. That one, just the timing was perfect. It took off, and I still get a lot of comments, and I average probably about 50 views every 48 hours. It'll be coming up on a year though in February, so I got to get to my 4,000 hours by then, or I'm going to take a big hit because it's got like 1,400 hours on that one video.
Oh wow!
So,
oh wow!
Yeah.
So Becky says what I ate in a day videos are her best performing ones. Except my last one, I called it some meals I ate this week, and it has gotten zero, or it hasn't gotten traction yet. I can't even talk. My last update video had 980 views because I had a side-by-side before and after photo on the thumbnail. Yeah, thumbnails make a big difference.
Yep, for sure.
Yep. Yeah, certain colors that you use do better than others too. I mean, it's just crazy. The littlest things can make all the difference.
Michael says I'll make a playlist of your videos and have them play in a tab all day.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
There we go.
There you go.
Becky says, come on, Steelers.
If you want to have some fun, go watch my original videos because I was originally a review guy. Then I changed it to weight loss as I changed my journey. But you can see how big I was when I started this channel. It's kind of funny.
And it's funny though because you talk about the low carb tortillas and how that was before when you were doing the review channel, but that would fit in perfect now, right? Low carb tortillas.
Yeah. It was actually one of my first videos when I started low carb diet because I think I released it on February 1st and I started my weight loss plan on January 22nd. So yeah, and it's done well all along, but now the review would be much different than the review I gave it back then.
Right.
Because I don't use those anymore.
Oh, here you go. Yeah, he was reviewing cell phones. Google Fi, one of my biggest videos is Pixel 7 Pro Astro Mode. Excuse me.
Yeah, I've recently, so you guys may want to try to do this too. I recently got approved for the Amazon Influencer Program. And I'm in process of uploading my 3 videos to get approved for that. And it looks very promising, that program. So
Isn't there like a certain threshold you have to hit to be in that though?
there is, but they don't say what it is.
Oh, really?
There's no penalty for applying and not getting approved. So I applied every single day for over 2 months, and then it finally happened.
So you would probably know this, but I think But I think Carrie from Homestead How has done really well with that program.
Right? Oh yeah, yep,
yeah,
yeah. He's doing very well with that. That's definitely full-time income for sure, and part-time effort.
Some player got hurt. Looks like pretty bad.
Oh, yeah. So Gail is at 3.9 watch hours. So Gail, how many videos do you have out? I'm guessing just a couple. I should know this because I'm subscribed to her channel and I couldn't even tell you how many. Wow, they got the
Gail Ivy.
Is that a stretcher or what? I can't tell what they're doing. They got the cart out. That's tough. Just 2 minutes left in the game too.
Yeah, it must be a Tennessee Titan too, because the whole team's kind of around him.
So Gail says she has 5 videos. So she thinks. There you go. Mike had another channel, political stuff. My very first video had 40K views in 2009. That channel had over 1 million views. Should have stuck with it. Wow. Could do both, I guess. Both channels. Yeah. There's people out there that have multiple channels.
Yeah, I've got 4. There's a couple I'm not really active on anymore, but yeah, I had this Griddle channel. I have a video there that's got like 37,000 views.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't even post to it anymore, really.
So Gail says she's supposed to be editing right now. Well, we'll cut you some slack, but we do want to see video number 6 pretty soon.
Right. At least you're fueled up with the chuck steak, so you're good to go. As far as energy goes.
I think I did see somewhere in the chat. I don't think I showed it on the screen, but she said that she was good for like the next 16 hours. So
nice.
That's awesome.
There's just a little over 2 minutes left in the game. So we still are going to hit that 3 hour and 27-minute mark. I thought maybe we were going to be done early today, but it's not looking like it after this injury.
It seemed like it was going to be an early game, huh?
Yep.
Becky says she has 205 hours. Don't think I'll hit 3,000 in a year, but who knows? Well, you just need a couple videos to snowball up.
Yeah.
Viral. Not trying to get monetized due to where I work. It would have to be approved through our compliance department. Too many hoops.
Really?
The thing that really matters with the ketovore carnivore content is the community. So many amazing, encouraging people in this community. Yep, I agree. Oh, so they got him up on the cart, whoever it is. I can't see who it is. They're not really showing very good. Well, are they? Of course, if I had the audio on, I'd probably be able to tell more, but I have the audio down, so it doesn't mess with my audio here.
Somebody get hurt?
Really
they're carting him off. It looks like they have his helmet's on, his face mask is taken off, and he's flat on his back. They got him kind of strapped in too, so
that's what I'm worried. They have him strapped to a board.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I'm surprised if that's the case, though, that they didn't just have the ambulance come right out to the field.
He's giving a thumbs up.
They do have them all strapped down. Yeah.
Which team is it?
Tennessee.
I was there when Ryan Shazier got hurt.
Oh, wow.
I was the only photographer in that corner, and like 1 million of those pictures of that exact play has sold, and I feel so bad that I'm making money off of that, because I followed him all through his Ohio State career and everything, and then for that to happen, I mean, that was tragic. It was so sad. He's really good, good player, good guy.
Yeah. Yeah, at the time, he's probably one of the better linebackers in the league, for sure.
Yeah. He was a monster, man.
Yeah.
When he played for Ohio State, it was literally, it seemed like every single play, tackled by Ryan Shazier. Jeez, this guy's all over the place. They can't get away from him.
So we're at the 2-minute warning. 1 minute, 58 seconds left, fourth quarter, 20-16 Pittsburgh. I didn't see. How close was Tennessee? Were they at like the 30-yard line or something?
I think so. I should turn the volume up, but there you go.
I still think it's weird seeing Kirk Herbstreit doing NFL games. I'm so used to him being the college guy, right?
Right.
He probably, I think he knows all the players pretty well, though, just from college.
Yeah.
His knowledge is probably pretty good there, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Usually the Thursday night games aren't that great. Tonight's is close. Last week we had a good one too, I think, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
The Steelers still up?
Yep, it's 20-16. Steelers have the ball, I guess. It isn't Tennessee.
Oh, so I think Tennessee
switched. So. They must have stopped them.
Yeah, it looks like they're at their own 44-yard line.
Pittsburgh's probably going to win this. They still have 3 timeouts, so Tennessee does. So yeah, this is going to play out for a while.
Yeah. Oh, there's the ambulance.
Yikes.
So they just carted them over to where the ambulance is instead of putting the ambulance on the field. Well, hopefully he's going to be okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Mike asks, what's that like being on the sideline of pro game, Adam? Ever been run over?
Yeah, yes, I have. And it's not fun. What's it like? It feels like you're in a fairy tale, because I am 5'10", and it feels like I'm in the land of the giants. These guys are freaking massive. They got cleats on, so that gives them like another inch. And then they got the helmets on top of that. And some of these guys are like 6'8", like they just, they're so freaking huge.
I used to go to Minnesota Vikings training camp up in Mankato. And, I'm a big guy, at the time. Heck, I was over 350 pounds myself. But these guys, the linemen are like you said, they're 6'8", and they're huge. And, I mean, they make me look small, because I'm only like 6'2". I got them on weight, but they still look way bigger than me.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, even in like D1 colleges like Ohio State, some of those guys get that big too, and they're just kids, and even when I'm around them, I'm like, yes sir, no sir, please don't squash me.
So Gail says T. Burks is the injured player. I think that's Trey Burks, maybe.
Yeah.
Becky says full movement of extremities, but a neurosurgeon is evaluating.
Yikes.
All right, so Tennessee has a 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line with 1 minute and 44 seconds to play and 1 timeout. And they almost threw an interception. Looks like I'm not getting a lot of fantasy points for my quarterback this week. Well. My normal quarterback was on a bye this week. I had to pick somebody up.
Hail Mary?
They're on their own
from their own 15-yard line.
Yeah. Still try to move down the field, I think.
Maybe Pittsburgh will mess up and there'll be a blown coverage and an 85-yard touchdown pass.
There you go.
It's 1:39 left.
That's plenty of time.
So do you still take a lot of photographs then at stadiums and different sporting events and so forth, Adam?
No, I get requests all the time for editors trying to get me to get back into it. But, kind of since COVID happened and I realized somebody else controls my income, I'm like, yeah, this is not going to happen again. So I really ramped up my business efforts, and it's much more in my control now. So
Sure. Yep.
yeah, I just do it here and there now. So that's part of the beauty of being what they call a stringer, contractor, if you will.
Yep.
Still shoot for a wire service, but it's on my terms. Instead of being on call.
Yep, that'd be a lot nicer.
Mm-hmm.
So Will Levis just got sacked, and they had to use their last time out with 1 minute and 17 seconds left. 2nd and 18 now for Tennessee. Not looking good.
Yikes.
Looks like Becky and her terrible towels gonna pull it out.
You know, I must say, Brian, what did I say the score was going to be? 24-17? I'm pretty close. It's not over yet, but 20-16.
Right.
For sure. So Mike asks, do you shoot news too, Adam?
Yeah, not a lot. It's more the higher profile stuff. So higher level business officials, and I've done the president quite a few times and stuff. But yeah, I don't do more of the like local news stories and things like that. I did for a while when I first started out, but now, like I said, I try to cherry pick what I do, so I'm not wasting a bunch of time making no money.
So it's 4th and 7 now. This is pretty much the game right here.
4th and 7. Oh no.
Oh, and there's a timeout. Pittsburgh's.
Yeah.
Hey, I was going to say, I just want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. If you're still with us, and thank you for all the comments and participation tonight. And I want to thank Adam and Aaron for both coming on too. It was a good time and a lot of, I don't know, it's just good time, good information.
Yeah. Thanks for inviting me. It's been fun.
Yeah.
My battery on my laptop it might just make it. I forgot to bring the power brick out here.
Oh,
yeah.
It's funny. It says 321 we've been on, so it's going to hit that 327 mark, I bet. It's going to be close. Again. Nice. It's crazy that you can time it out like that, but
makes you wonder if it's scripted.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, don't it?
That's it. Incomplete.
That's gonna be the game.
Go. Oh man.
Oh, there's a flag that came in late.
Oh.
Here comes that script you're talking about.
Yep. There's light. Yeah.
So Mike says, super interesting, Adam. How did you get into it?
Somebody gave me a DSLR for a gift, and I just got interested in photography and just started taking pictures like crazy, and got hooked up with our local newspaper, and that was the end of the story. I just fell in love with having access to different events and things, and it's kind of like a drug. That part's over now, and I'm back with my family again after being on the road for so long. But yeah, it was interesting.
Did they call defensive holding or pass?
Yeah, they did. So it's first down for Tennessee. 44 seconds left. They just had an incompletion, so it's 2nd and 10, and they're on their own. What is it, 35? Somewhere.
They knew it was going to end a few minutes early if they didn't get that first down. So
yeah,
they wasn't going to hit the 3 hour and 27 minute mark. So
yeah.
Yeah. So it's 2nd and 10 now. 44 seconds still left. Like 3 or 4 minutes ago, there was 53 seconds left. So
right.
Oh, he's going deep. He's open.
Oh.
Oh, he caught it. They're down
Hey,
to the 36.
I might have gotten a few points there in fantasy.
Yeah.
That was like a 20 or 30-yard
They
pickup.
got to clock it now. 27 seconds left, and they clocked the ball.
Uh-oh.
They're on the
Mike's
36.
rooting for Titans, too.
Yeah, it's not quite over yet. The only thing
Yeah.
is they need a TD to beat them, so because they're down by 4. So,
Uh-huh.
but now they can throw it to the end zone pretty easily.
Yeah. What yard line they on?
36.
Oh, okay. It's pretty good.
Becky's putting Mike on the list now, too. The Carnivore list.
The Carnivore 8 list. That's funny. Oh, he got the first down.
Inside the 25.
20
Gail
seconds
says,
left.
I used to hang in a horse-related singles chat 20 years ago. That was fun. Carnivores are more fun.
Anybody that eats chuck steak sous vide cooked is fun. That's my definition of fun.
I'm definitely going to have to look at getting one of those. I think that'd be really nice to have.
It's super easy. It's so easy. I'm so lazy. I'm so lazy that I wish that we didn't have to eat. Like, it's such a nuisance to have to eat.
They're on the 24, and
Oh! I thought that was intercepted. Oh.
16 seconds left. It's 2nd and 10, and they're on the 20.
We're over here going, oh, and Becky's like, what's going on? They're still in the huddle.
You know, with the being able to do chuck steak like that, it doesn't take too long to pay that sous vide off. I'm guessing if you're to buy the cheaper meat. So,
yep, for sure. I actually prefer the taste of the chuck steak sous vide cooked because it's, you know, when you eat a roast, it's very rich flavor. It just has a real dense flavor to it. So that when you cook it like that, it has the texture of a steak, but it has that richness of flavor, and it has all the fat of a ribeye too. So it's amazing.
Yeah.
So I think we got, 11 seconds left?
11 seconds left. Yep, and the ball's on like the 19. So enough for 2
closing
plays,
in on
probably?
3:27. We're closing in 3 hours and 27 minutes here.
Yep.
There it is.
3:26. Yep, 3:27. That's crazy. I don't think we've went over 3:30 yet, but tonight might be the night.
It's first for everything.
Yep. Oh, there's throw intercepted.
Interception at the goal line.
Yep. Pittsburgh intercepted it. Now the game will be over pretty quick. 6 seconds left, so just a snap.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Yep, I knew it was going to happen, Becky. Knew it was going to happen.
Oh, yeah, I just thought of something too. So his last play was an interception, so I just lost a couple points.
Oh,
Fantasy is killing me this year. Mike says,
You
turn
know,
out the lights.
I started playing fantasy
party's
football back in 1988, and I played for a long time, and probably 10 years ago I retired from it. But I was, back when I played, there wasn't that many people playing fantasy football. But it was kind of fun. Me and my buddy did it for the first year, and our teams were like Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Barry Sanders. There's just 2 of us picking. So but it was more fun. I mean, it was just a good time, and that's when we started. And then pretty soon we had more people in the league, and the rules changed. But, we had to keep score with the newspaper. You'd have to get it the next day and write it all out. And
nice.
It was, times have changed.
Uh-oh. Another one on the
list. Anybody that's against the Steelers are on your list. I'm not saying anything bad about the Steelers.
Why don't they call it the wonderful towel?
No kidding.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. A towel just doesn't seem terrible to me. But hey, it is what it is.
I think it's the Homer
So-
hanky from the Twins that set off all the towels and all that stuff, as I recall, because back in
So the terrible towel though, isn't that from back like what's his name? Mean
Joe Green.
Mean Joe Green and all that, right?
Could be.
Isn't it from that
No
time
idea.
period? I'm pretty sure it is. That was like what, the late 70s or whatever. The NFL was a different game back then too. Let me tell you, you watch those games and like those quarterbacks got destroyed. These
Oh, yeah.
quarterbacks, somebody just looks at them and it's a penalty.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
well, that was it. Steelers hung on and won 20-16. So our predictions were right that the Steelers were
Yeah.
going to win.
Pretty close on the score too.
Mm-hmm.
Mike says that Becky's list is getting long. There you go. From the towel toss and the Mean Joe Green Coke commercial. I remember the Coke
Yeah.
commercial. Yeah. Becky says in 1975, the triple towel was created by the late Steelers broadcaster Myron Cope to inspire fan involvement in a playoff game against the then Baltimore Colts.
Interesting. Like
Hmm.
if I wasn't involved in a playoff game and you wanted me to get involved, like the thing that would really get me involved is a towel, you know. I'm just playing, Becky. It just seems strange that that's what they would use, but hey, to each their own, you know.
So Mike says there's a town in Texas, Happy, Texas. My news director used to joke, no matter what their mascot, it is impossible for them to sound menacing. Happy, Texas.
Happy Texas. Yep.
Oops. This one, Becky with the Steelers trivia.
Let's see what
Haven't
Becky.
you ever been snapped by a towel in the locker room, Adam?
That is pretty terrible.
Oh. All right. Well,
All right, guys, I'm gonna have to hit the road because I'm down to 2% battery, so it may just go at any moment here.
well,
But
thanks, Adam. Thanks
yeah,
for coming
thank you.
on and staying with us.
Thank you, Adam. It's good seeing you again, and we appreciate having you on, man. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely. You guys have a good one.
You too. Take
All
care.
right.
See you later.
Bye.
All right. So we made it past 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
We're at
Here we thought we were going to be done
30
early.
Almost 3 hours and 32 minutes here now.
The injury delayed it.
Yeah. So thank you everybody for joining us tonight. It was a great discussion tonight. I thought, had a great time.
It's a good time.
That was a lot of fun. A lot of comments. Thanks everybody for chatting and getting in on the comments. Everybody's now saying thank you and good night and everything. Greg, anything you want to finish off with before we go?
No, I just appreciate the group of people we got here and everybody that shows up week after week. And it's just a lot of fun. We're glad you're here. And yeah, it's a good time. A lot of good information. You always learn something at these lives. I know that. So it's been awesome.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to head out then. Bye, everybody.
See you guys.